All right, hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Friends of Thunder, Gear Gaming 365's named Friends of Thunder. Let's see, we finally have an opportunity to meet back up with one of our players. Emma, welcome back.
Hi.
Yay, welcome back, girl. We had to take a couple weeks off because somebody's school was interrupting with her whole enjoyment of Dungeons and Dragons, so
God, school, what a pain.
Very true.
This from somebody that recently dropped out of school. Just want to point it out.
I completed that quarter.
Gotcha.
I just didn't go back.
Okay. Emma, during the time frame that you were away, let me kind of summarize some of the things that happened. Dagoria has gone on a secret mission. As a Dungeon Master and as a creator of content for this world, I'm going to do one of the most wonderful things that I could possibly think of and pass the buck on to you. So, as far as whatever Dagoria's mission was that she, accomplished, that's pretty much going to be up to you to create. Okay. Now, I would like you to keep it within your current level and something that you think that your character could actually accomplish on her own. Other than that, I'm going to give you full creative purview to create an adventure that your character went on, okay? So when or if one of these other players are all like, hey, where have you been? And you go, I went and did this, whatever that thing may be, your Dungeon Master is going to go, yep.
For sure. Yeah, no.
Gotta think of something, but...
I mean, eventually. You don't have to have that right this moment in time. That's okay. The players, in a couple of different episodes, they got some information that a adventuring party had a missing companion. There was a group of adventurers here in Tribor. They lost their ranger friend, and he didn't leave town with them. So a couple of the party members were told that there's a reward to find the missing ranger friend. They went looking for the ranger friend, and they went out to this group of woods over here on the map. Way over here. And they discovered a well at the bottom of, they discovered a well near a campsite. They went inside the well, climbed down the well, and they found an old lady. The old lady turned out to be an Oni, and the players kind of fought an Oni.
More like, oh no.
Oni. They managed to almost get their butts kicked, and then Chichar came along after trying to follow you. He kind of came along and saved their bacon. Right at the most opportune time, too.
Yeah. He came in and was like, look, a distraction, and the Oni was like, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then we destroyed it.
Yeah, then I got attacked.
Yeah, you did. I don't know whether or not you are currently level 6 or not, but I believe that I had the whole party level up to level 6.
Okay, I'm at level 5, so is it alright if... Do you want me to do that, now, or...?
Sure, you can start doing that right at this moment in time, as long as you don't mind us continuing with some of the storyline and catching up and whatnot.
No, I'll try to be quick.
Not a problem. For level 6, all of the characters had to roll their hit points, and so that's something, Emma, you're going to have to do, is just, when you get a chance, click on the hit dice on your character sheet, and that'll actually roll the die and add your Constitution modifier, and that's how many hit points you gain maximum. Just kind of.
Are you gonna do the hidden amount for her?
The hidden amount.
Remember, you rolled.
Oh yeah, I did roll. She's got a bard, which is D8, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. All right. So I gave all of the players an option. They rolled and I rolled, and then I was kind enough to say, do you want to keep your roll or do you want to keep my roll? So.
But you don't know what his role is.
Yep.
It's a gamble. So it could be nice or it could not be nice.
You got a Constitution modifier of +3. So yeah, just click on the hit dice on your character sheet for me real quick. Ooh, that's a 1. So right now you're gonna gain 4 hit points. The question is, Emma, do you want to keep your roll or do you want to keep my roll?
What's behind door number 1?
Let's do with your roll.
My roll, you gained 5 hit points. I rolled a 2.
Still better. Still better.
Get any
Yeah.
worse?
No, it's. I mean, this is the sad part too. Is like I rolled and then I'm like, oh, I don't know if I really want to like reveal my roll. But you know, for continuity's sakes, here we'll just I'll go ahead and load up to the group the actual DM roll that I had here. Boop there. All right. Just to show everybody at home that I had that. I do believe that you get some extra skills at level 6 and whatnot. You can figure out how to level up a bard. I trust you. You're a good enough player. All right. But what last we left, I believe that the rest of the group, you guys had decided to take a long rest in T10. Let's see. What was the name of this place? Anybody? Of course.
Look, the inn.
The North Shield House.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have remembered that.
Well, yeah, that's okay. That's all right. North Shield House is a fine local inn, stately, clean, and quiet. So, Urgula Meltimer? Yeah, Meltimer. Sounds like a Jewish name almost. She's the retired adventurer that runs the North Shield House. Apparently, she keeps 3 mastiffs in the common room as kind of like the bouncers of the place. So there's 3 dogs. That's what a mastiff is in Dungeons and Dragons. Is a big puppy dog, like a Great Dane looking thing.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
look, and I still have my cat.
Oh yeah, see,
trying to think of what.
So there is something I want to address. Last
wanna
time we
dress?
played, I want to address.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Last time we played, I critically failed some persuasion rolls.
Yeah.
To get some armor that might be beneficial to me, and we were talking about if we wanted to donate me like 500 gold in order to get what I needed.
Oh, so you had found a mithril breastplate.
Yep.
And that was part of the adventure gear that was in the bottom of the well. And Foehammer had made you a deal that if you were to pay 500 gold pieces, he could modify the breastplate so that it would fit you and become essentially mithril chainmail.
Yeah.
So, as an explanation for you, I'm not sure if I did this or not. Mithril armor is essentially the exact same thing as regular armor, except for it is light enough that it does not provide disadvantage when you make stealth checks.
Right.
So, you would be wearing chain armor that doesn't give you disadvantage when you have to roll a stealth roll.
But the thing was is I would have to ask the group if they were cool with giving up 500 gold pieces for that.
Right. There was some party treasure that I'm not sure. I think, Jarrett, you had the party treasure?
Yes, I have it. My bio.
All right. All right. I wasn't.
I think that weren't we only talking though about you were only going to get like the top instead of the full?
I don't exactly remember because my short-term memory is bad.
Just get you the full if we're going to do this and not the part.
Well, the 500 gold pieces would essentially turn the mithril breastplate and add a bit so that he would wind up with a mithril chain shirt. This would not give him chain mail necessarily. This would give him a chain shirt. Oops,
That's still heavy armor though, correct?
You know, before I say yes or no, let me consult my wonderful encyclopedia of all knowledge, all knowledgement.
Your handy dandy handbook.
My handy.
Because my armor class is currently 18, and I'd like to not be any less than that.
Oh, okay. I would say that he's willing to make you chain mail. So that does equal heavy armor. That gives you armor class 16. You get to add 0 to your dexterity modifier to this. And you are required to have at least a strength of 15.
Well, I definitely have a strength. I have a strength of 18,
Okay.
and my armor class is currently 18.
So that's chainmail with a shield, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, this would just give you the same thing, but you wouldn't require to roll disadvantage on your stealth rolls if
So
you
what?
decided to do it.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask the group here. Are you guys okay with that? Are you okay with basically donating me 500 gold so that I can have that?
I'm going to make a call here before the group answers, real quick.
Okay.
Dagoria is not back in the inn
Because
yet.
we know what she would say.
No,
If
it
she was
has.
here, she'd be like, hell no.
It has nothing to do with whether or not what she would say. Okay, she is not back yet. When you are fully leveled up, Emma, please let me know. Okay,
Will do.
thank you.
What did we have in the group?
I kept track of the party treasure. It's 200 copper pieces, 400 silver, 696 gold pieces. Because I just kind of converted the gems to the value, and then the mithril breastplate itself.
Okay.
So you would have like 100, like 199 left, essentially.
Yeah, like 196 gold left over after that, but in addition to 400 silver pieces and 200 copper pieces, which is 42 gold. So we would still have over 200 gold to split between the rest of us.
And how
I
much-
wouldn't
how
take
much-
any of what's left over because you guys are donating. If you guys were to donate that 500 gold to me,
And
I'd
how much do you
sacrifice
have?
any share that I would have.
How much do you have, Chris?
On my current person,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I have a gem that's worth 100, and he didn't like that as a fair trade. And I have actual gold pieces. I have 24.
You're super rich right now.
Am I?
I'm okay with it either way. I mean I'd rather go ahead and boost our group total than I mean as I feel it's a group game, so it's not who's individually the best because he's gonna aid us with what he's gonna have anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've actually got 36 gold pieces on my person. And I also have a gem because I think we each got one.
Yeah, I think
we each
a
got
gem.
one, and I have some stuff from before as well. I've got a couple of things
So-
worth money off the side.
Did we actually go up to our rooms already, or are we still kind of just standing in the inn foyer?
I will go ahead and say that you have retired to your rooms. Rivik has made the request. We'll go ahead and say that you guys received the benefits of a long rest, meaning everybody slept, and it is early morning the following day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Droon, I guess, at the risk of catching people super grumpy because they haven't had coffee or breakfast yet, he's going to basically call a group meeting and pull it into one of the rooms. It doesn't matter which one, probably his, but to disperse the loot amongst what we have, who we have.
You call, you go by, you're the first one awake. You go to Rivik's room first, you kind of knock on the door, wake him up. You proceed down the hall towards T'Char's room, knock on his door to wake him up. You stop by Octavio's room, and the door is open. The room itself does not look slept in.
Octavio, you in here? Kind of just open the door and peek in a little bit.
The window itself is actually wide open.
What the heck? I'll investigate, I guess, and see if.
Go ahead and roll an investigation.
See if I see any claw marks or anything on the windowsill.
Okay.
Or any signs of a struggle. If he might have just left. Who knows? Let's find out. Where is it? He's not here.
As you walk into the room itself, and look around the open window, one of the first things you notice is like none of his adventuring gear is there. The second thing you notice is that the bed itself does not look like it was slept in. At this moment in time, T'Char and Rivik both come into the room itself, like, what are you looking for? Kind of look on their mind. No trace of Octavio in the room.
I guess Octavio had other plans last night. Doesn't seem like he's been in his room at all. Either way, we have business to conduct before we start the day. If you would join me, if there's a table or something in Octavio's room, he'll just like pull up chairs or whatever.
There's like a small table. It's got 2 chairs next to it. It's like a reading table type of thing. Okay,
so he'll kind of take one of the seats and kind of put it around the table to where the other ones are, or the other one is, and just kind of take his. I think I'm the one using the sack, like the backpack, or is that?
No, that's mine as well.
Okay, so I think you gave me the
bag of holding.
Yeah, the bag of holding. So I'll kind of just drop the bag of holding onto the table and start pulling out like the sacks of treasure and stuff for the party treasure, and I'll say. We should decide what we want to do about all this treasure before we continue. I don't. It may not be a good idea for one person to be holding all of our loot. What say you?
Dispersing the loot amongst everybody would be fine. However, have you all given any thought to my request?
Oh. Yes, I have no issues with upgrading your armor.
Agreed. It is a wise decision. The more prepared we are, the more oh shit. Damn it. Brain, what are you doing?
Better we are to fight the demons that are going to be coming after us.
Yeah, what he said. So Drew will start kind of picking out gold pieces and stacking them, little stacks.
Okay. I'll trade my gem away and 400 gold pieces, because that should work.
Okay.
Okay.
Because my gem's worth 100.
Yeah, you essentially throw together everything in a pile and kind of like divide it up. You make a primary pile of essentially 500 gold pieces worth of loot. I will go ahead and say that you're going to use mostly coin for that, as the gems are easier to transport and don't weigh as much. So, Rivik, you're pretty much left with a large sack of coinage that you would use to pay, because you're not going to take this anywhere except for to the blacksmith.
No, it's going to go straight there.
Yeah, it would make sense to offload the heavy shit to him and then have to carry it around. So
also, the gems can be used, depending on what they are, they could be used for spells too, as regents.
Some of them can be, absolutely.
So
does anybody want to look around Octavio's room, since you are meeting in Octavio's room?
I guess I'll do that.
While he's putting, the gems in a pile.
Yeah.
1, 2 for you. 1, 2 for me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can I go ahead and roll an investigation check?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, go ahead and roll a investigation check.
Voice.
Bad.
As you're standing there kind of waiting for Droon to count out the coins, you walk over to the open window, and One of the first things you notice is the back side of the inn where Octavio's room was located happens to kind of overlook this lake here.
Okay.
You can actually make out some, looks like maybe a trail that leads through this little farmland right here, right to the trail, right to the back of this lake. As you're standing there, kind of looking out at that lake, you can see that there's several young lads out there with fishing poles. And they seem to be fishing, and you suspect that perhaps Octavio's tummy might have gotten the better of him, as he's probably either gone fishing or hunting for food or something like that.
Or some fancy pants noble lady got a hold of him.
Like the one that wanted to steal all of my money.
Oh, that was you? I thought that was wrong person.
He probably thought, hey, she's just attractive and she's trying to get with somebody. Maybe I'll make my try at her.
Yeah.
That's why he snuck out the window at night.
Could be. Who knows? Could be. But yeah, you suspect that, before you fully leave Tribor, more than likely Octavio will catch back up to you. Because you remember Droon mentioning something about a rabbit when it came to the house? And you're like, he's probably chasing some food of some sort.
Okay.
And if you don't recall exactly what I'm talking about, over here at this house, when one of the stone gargoyles on top of it attacked a bunny rabbit, Octavio made a point of darting out, grabbing the bunny rabbit, and then bringing it back to the rest of the group and eating it in front of the rest of them.
And then he tried to participate in social interaction with it just hanging in his mouth. It was great. Fun time.
Okay, I'm all done.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah, I'm all
welcome.
done.
As you guys are standing around chatting outside in the hallway, you guys hear the floorboards as you can, somebody's walking through the hallway.
You guys hear that? Be on guard. Somebody's in the hallway.
So,
This is an inn. I'm guessing there's lots of people everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask whoever's closest to the door. I mean, I'm assuming it's gonna be Tachar. Tachar, why don't you close the door and give us some privacy?
Tachar,
I can do that. I don't need any random person coming in here and trying to steal our gold.
Yeah, I would say he's got mounds of money on the table, and you're stacking them out. And then, Tachar, you walk over to the door, and you grab the door, and just begin to close it, and Dagoria is, coming in the door as you are trying to, physically close the door. So you're like,
Wait,
oh, hello.
You?
yeah, me?
Where have you been?
Somewhere?
Leave us all high and dried? In the bottom of a dry well?
I don't think that was.
I
dry.
didn't know about a dry well, but okay, I guess.
I do have something for you that we found, and since we split everything up, would you rather have a garnet or an amber gem? Please keep in mind, you only get one, not both.
You know her
that
too
an
well.
amber gem is amber in color, and a garnet is a red stone. So
Let's do the Garnet.
Too bad.
Did you say too bad? Nice. Psych! Slam the door in her face. Rude. Absolutely rude.
Okay, the garnet has been transferred over to Dagoria. I no longer am in possession of it.
you have a garnet gem worth about 100 gold pieces, Dagoria.
Ooh.
So I would like to gather the money that's been given to me, and take it to Fohammer if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, be on your way.
Best. Yeah, best to take it where it needs to go before something happens to it. But I'm gonna whisper it to him as he turns to leave. I'll be like, "Don't let her see it."
Money?
Dagoria, he
Money.
has got a very large bag of obvious coinage, and he is trying to hide it from you, but he's doing a really bad job. But
He hasn't even rolled a stealth check yet.
But you realize that whatever he's got probably pales in comparison to the rewards that await you through the Zenturum network.
That's true. Okay, I'll leave it for now.
But you do mark it as that perhaps Rivik has dipped into the party treasure for some personal reason.
Ooh. Okay.
So I'm gonna move my token. Start moving my token onward.
What are the rest of the group gonna do? Rivik says that, I'm gonna go pay Fohammer, and he's gonna go pay Fohammer. What are the rest of the group gonna do?
Quick question.
Yeah.
Can I convert the copper and silver pieces just into gold to make things easier?
Where would you convert them at?
I mean, when I say convert, I don't mean physically convert. I just mean the numbers on my treasure sheet.
I'm sure if you went down to the marketplace and were willing to pay a small fee, someone would convert the coins that you have into.
Town full of cheapskates. That's what it is.
Doesn't the bag of holding make it be barely any weight at all?
Yeah, no matter how much weight you put in it, up to 500 pounds, it weighs a pound. So there's that.
We should have given him the copper to give to the smith guy.
I mean, that's. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Oh well.
Oh well.
I'm long gone now.
Yep.
So what is the rest of the group gonna do then at this point in time?
Well, I'm gonna put all the coinage back in whatever sack I had, and then stick it back in the bag of holding, and then I'm gonna sling it over my shoulder, and then I'm just gonna stand there like a dumb because I don't know what to do.
Like a dumb?
Like a dumb.
How does a dumb stand?
I don't know.
I know what I need to do. What time is it?
Party time.
It's early morning.
Oh,
Probably
early morning.
8.
8. So I'm an hour past my drinking time. I need to go and find a tavern.
I was gonna say
They have a common room here in this end.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's a common room. Yeah, I'll go down there because I am,
Morning mimosas.
Well, I'd rather go ahead and maybe Kahlua and coffee. Let's wake myself up here.
Nice.
Is there anywhere in this town where I can go and play for possible coin?
As in gamble for possible coin?
No, I'm a bard. I perform.
You want to perform? Well, see, the definition of play and perform,
For me, play was instrument, play an instrument.
There are several different locales that you could potentially perform at for some coin. You do realize that it is extremely early in the morning, and there's clientele usually in the early mornings involves drunks and alcohols, and those two particular groups of people don't typically have coins to spare.
Sure. Alright, might as well go get drunk and then I'll be ready to perform.
Hey, I
Usually
resent
around
those
evening
comments.
time would be the good crowds to be able to play to get some coinage.
Yeah, I'll go find a pub to drink at for now.
There is a common room downstairs if you'd like.
I don't want to go near Chachar at the moment.
So you want to leave this bar?
Yes.
Okay. You are aware of at least 2 other drinking establishments, potentially 3 other drinking establishments in Tribor. One of them would be right here. This is
Okay.
this particular place is known as the Pleasing Platter.
Oh.
There is a place located at the top of the hill here. This is Everwavern House. This is known for all the hottie toddies and the noble people that come through Tribor on their trips and whatnot. This is kind of where they go. The drinks there, you suspect, are probably very expensive. So not exactly the best. There
Good
is
place to play.
That's
There
where you go to
is here-
make the money, not spend the money.
yeah.
Yeah.
This here is the Talking Troll. You've
Mhm.
you've been there before. This is the rundown establishment that nobody has put any money into. It really kind of serves as a just essentially bar, local dive. There's the North Shield House, which is the one that you are currently in. There is also the Boar's Rest. Uno momento, por favor, while I locate this particular establishment on my map. And why can't I find 15? That is really inconvenient when you're looking for something and you can't find it. Oh, that would actually be this place, but that's a mansion. You don't want to go there. Let's see. As far as drinking goes,
Hard to have
let's see.
clientele at a bar if you have gargoyles protecting it.
Yeah. That's really the only places you could probably, you figure, earn yourself maybe some coinage for spending at either the campground, the north campground here, or the south campground here, as well as the marketplace, which sort of circumnavigates the Protector's Enclave. So these two, this here and this here, are essentially the two locations where like traveling caravans stop, they camp, and they buy horses, and they hire guards for their trip to the north and the south. And so there'd be places where you could potentially get some coins if you felt like performing, as well as the marketplace, which is just now beginning to set up for the day.
Droon's gonna make a point as he's walking down into the common room, and she's asking about places. He's gonna say, with skills like yours, you could probably set up with that pot of yours in the main square. See if people will throw some coins your way. Just a thought. And he goes and like orders a drink himself.
The keep looks at you. You have a young 20-ish year old human male there serving the bar. As you get downstairs, you order yourself an ale and breakfast. Yeah, that'll be like 2 copper pieces, please, sire.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yes, sire.
Oh, I thought you were talking to the Dagoria still. Okay. So
You
I'd be like,
came downstairs to get a drink, no?
of course.
Oh, well, 2 copper pieces. 1 for the breakfast, 1 for the drink.
I'll toss them a silver piece and say, and plenty for the house.
Oh, well, yes, of course. You're welcome, sir. Come, drink, sit down, and for you, he points at Tachar. What can I get you?
I'll have the same, but two ales, please.
Oh, yes, of course. 3 copper pieces for you, then.
I'm gonna just stay here for now, actually, because I've traveled quite a bit.
Okay.
And yeah, rum. Do you have any rum?
Oh, we have rum from the evergreen forest itself, as well as Everlude. That is but 5 copper pieces a pint. Would you care for some?
Okay.
A pint of rum?
Yes.
I'm in the wrong spot.
What do you mean? You can have yourself a pint if you'd like to, sir.
I'm not in the same bar as her, I thought.
No, she.
I decided to stay here.
Oh, you decided to stay here?
Yes.
Oh,
Walking a whole lot, okay?
I don't need these ales. I will take a pint of rum.
Would you like your rum warm or chilled?
When he says he doesn't need the ales, Droon's hand kind of just like slowly reaches across the thing and scoots the ales over to him.
As he's already paid for them, you're like. Now you've got three
How-
in front of you.
How many can I get for one gold piece? I forget how that works.
Oh, you wish to buy the entire bottle, my dear?
Yeah.
Oh, well, of course. That would be my pleasure. Now, again, would you like yours chilled or warm?
Let's do chilled.
Chilled? Chilled. Not a problem. And you, sir, would you like your rum chilled or warm?
Straight up is fine. If I need to, I am a dragonborn. I can figure out ways of heating it up.
Very well. It is the same price. 5 copper pieces for you and, well, a gold for you if you're buying the entire bottle.
I am.
Oh, well.
I flick a silver piece over there.
I'll get you 2 cups, shall I?
That'd be fantastic.
Excellent. He scurries away and gets himself some drinks. As you guys are sitting there drinking, let's catch up with Rivik over at Foehammer's.
I know I'm not there, but I just want to note that it's like 9 a.m. in the morning, 9 a.m. in the morning, and you're all getting plastered.
Hey man, there's nothing else to do in this town.
Fantastic.
I am a drunken master. If I'm not drunk, I'm not a master.
I'm just saying, man, it's pretty
Beer press.
early to be getting plowed.
Rivik, you are outside of Foehammer's establishment. You get there roughly around, we'll say, 8:45 in the morning, and already there is the sound clink, 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 hammer on metal coming from the inside. However, the door itself is not open as it has been previously when you visited the establishment.
So I'm going to knock on the door politely.
Okay. Knock, knock, knock. A few minutes go by. Tink! 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 Tink!
Well, I'm usually welcome here, so I'm gonna try and go inside.
You put your hand on the door itself and begin to push and realize the door is barred from within. You can hear the sound of the hammer on the metal, and you realize perhaps Foehammer is at his forge this early in the morning, and there is a distinct possibility that he might not have heard your polite knock.
Take that sack of money and slam it against the door. Wham!
And then it breaks and goes everywhere.
Yeah, don't do that.
No. Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Use your ass
I
to open the door.
proceed to bang on the door a little harder
You
than polite.
You decide that a little more effort is involved in your getting his attention, so you decide to knock on the door, and a few tink, tink, and you hear this grumbling dwarf come up behind the door. Aye! Who the fuck is it?
Foehammer, it's Rivik. I have the payment we discussed for the
The
mithril.
window and the door opens up, and you can, the window that's down low opens
Yeah.
up, and you see a pair of dwarven eyes looking out up at you. What?
It's Rivik. The
fuck
Forge-
do you want? It's early.
I have the payment we discussed for the mithril breastplate.
Fine. Give me a moment. Door, the little eye slit, clucks.
Obviously
you hear this,
not
you hear
happy
this,
with me.
crank, 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 clink, 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 crank, 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 clink, 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 and you hear like a chain slide, shing, chung, chung, and then the door finally opens up, and Foehammer's standing there. He's got a maul on his shoulders. You recognize that as his forging hammer. And he is in nothing but his smithing like
I was
apron,
Apron.
gonna say, 'cause
and
he's
it
naked.
barely covers his chest. Like his two dwarven nipples are sticking out, and like his dwarven hair is all curled up. He's not wearing any clothes other than the apron itself, and he looks at you,
He's a manville.
holds out his hand. Coins.
Sure, Fohammer. I lift up the sack of coins and present it to him, as well as the breastplate.
He holds the coins in his hand for just a minute. He kind of like, does one of these numbers, and the coins kind of shift around in the sack a minute. And then he just like drops it on the ground next to him. He reaches up and grabs the breastplate, and he goes, "Fine, fuck off!" Clink, and he closes the door, and you hear the clink, a bar kind of like close behind him, and you hear the toink, 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 a hammer on metal again.
Okay.
Should have brought him some coffee too.
Yeah, I probably should have brought more than just coin.
You see Rivik just sulkily, kind of questioningly walking away.
So
What just
confused.
happened?
Walking down the road slowly, all dejected, kicking rocks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shucks.
Gar shook.
Gorge.
Question for the group as you are sitting there drinking. It's been about an hour since Rivik left. At this point in time, Dagoria, you're pretty buzzed. You finished maybe a quarter of the rum bottle. To Char, you're on your like fourth drink itself, and you're feeling your typical normal like, hey, I've reached my alcoholic threshold at this point in time.
Am I able to store like the rest of the bottle in my pack, or
He's given you the bottle, so it is, yeah.
maybe, like store it for later?
Yeah, sure, you can store it for later.
I'm just gonna put that on my sheet so I don't forget about it. Cannot forget about the rum.
Why is the rum all gone?
Right.
I know rum.
So, since we're all kind of sitting in the same area, does anybody like? Have we taken a bath? Has any of us taken baths since we started? I don't think so.
I don't believe anyone has particularly.
Can I somehow have while I was doing my secret mission?
If you write that your character took a bath in your secret mission, you most certainly may have taken a bath, Miss Dagoria.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
So Dagoria smells good. The rest of your party, however, smells pretty much of cheap ale, and the sweat and stains of road.
So, like, I'm sitting here just eating my breakfast, and I'm kind of just like, ugh, something smells ripe. And I'll kind of just like check myself.
You're chewing your cud.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm eating my breakfast, and then I kind of examine myself a little bit because it's been a while. Funny
Eyes go
enough.
crossed.
Yeah, like stronger than this ale. So I actually have a vial of perfume on me. I'm gonna wonder if this will work. And I kind of just like pop the cork a little bit and just take a whiff. What are the chances it's like a masculine smell?
Highs or lows, Jarrett?
All right, let's do this. Oh yeah, let's do highs.
Highs. Okay. You sniff the bottle of perfume. It could be a male scent, but if it is a male scent, it's not a male scent that you know of.
Oh, okay.
The other consideration is that it might not be a human male scent. The humans, they kind of get a little funky with their scents, so you're like,
yeah, okay.
look around the bar, like, see if
Better
anybody's
not.
like watching, and are you gonna apply some? Or?
No, I was testing it out to see what it smelled like because I've had it this whole time and I never even smelled it. So I'm like, I'm not quite sure I want to do this, so I'm gonna just take a bath.
if as you like take a second whiff of it, you're like, it's probably more masculine than feminine, at least to your olfactory senses.
Okay. Well, then, I'll make a note of that for later, and I'm going to, as soon as I'm done with my breakfast and whatnot, I'll probably ask the, I don't know if Urgala is out and about, or if it's just the bartender. But
It's the other bartender.
okay, I'll ask him after once I'm done eating.
Name's Slade.
Slade.
Yeah,
Slade.
Slade.
I'm gonna ask. Is there anywhere to take for an adventurer to take a bath around here?
Yes. There's a place. It's just behind the inn. Not too far. Can't really miss it.
Oh, okay. Behind the inn, then.
Yes. Down the hill. Through the field.
The pond. Awesome.
He's directing you right
Yeah.
to the lake.
Yeah.
I stand up. I stand up and I put my hands on the table and I go, "Very well then." And I kind of stumble out.
It's like just like drunkenly saunter.
Yeah.
We sell soap. You might need that.
He'll flip him. Drew will flip him like 2 copper. He just kind of guesses and
He
say,
catches
I'll
the 2
take
copper.
I'll take one of those bars of soap if you don't mind."
No problem. He kind of like rummages around underneath the bar for just a minute or two, and he comes out with like this yellow-looking bar, and he like walks over. He wraps it in a rag, and he goes, "For your bath, sir."
So he takes it graciously, thank you, and then kind of like puts the utensils and stuff back on his plate, all not neat, but he just kind of leaves it there, and walks out the door towards the pond.
Your butt tissue, sir.
As you are walking towards the lake, Droon, you sort of like unravel the bar of soap itself. It looks a little used, but like not terribly used or anything, and it smells decent enough. It smells like, somebody would clean.
Animal fat.
Probably, you're not sure what somebody would clean with it, but you get to the lake, and there are a few lads out there that stop as like you get closer, like.
So I'm just gonna I'm gonna walk around them, like past them towards the lake. I'll be like, "What? Can a guy take a bath?"
At that, they all like pull in their fishing lures and like begin packing up and grumbling to themselves about the catch was shit today anyway.
What time is it now? Like, would I be able to perform?
Do you,
Is it a good time?
do you suspect that it's just about 10 a.m. now? As the boys have gone off towards the lake. Dagoria, as you watch Droon, and T'Char leave the bar itself, you look around. There's like 3 other people in the bar. One of them, you suspect, has not left his seat, like, ever. Like, that's his seat. Like, he lives in that particular seat. So, like, that's like a bar regular. That particular person probably has no coins to spare as he's currently passed out on the bar itself. You look around, and there's a couple of farmers that looked up as like Droon and T'Char were leaving, and they just kind of like turn around in disgust and like start eating their food. They probably work the night shift farming or something like that. You're not entirely sure, but they look like they're commoners. They may have a coin or 2 to spare if you want to try to perform now.
No, I don't. I need more people. This is not.
Do a perception check for me.
Okay, perception. Where'd you go?
As you were sitting there, like eating your food, you realize that there's a scent that isn't quite associated with the food that you're eating, and like you stop for just a minute and you kind of sniff your fork, and it has sort of this flowery type smell to it. You suspect it has something to do with probably the cleaning agent that the bar uses on utensils or something like that. It's kind of pungent, and
Lemon pledge.
you think to yourself, no big deal, until you realize that recently that smell was like extremely strong just a minute ago, like right as Droon was leaving.
I am
Like
dropping.
maybe
this
that
right now.
smell went with him a little bit.
Nope, I'm dropping right now. No, we were mouthwash.
What? What?
Massive echo.
The bottle wasn't even near the fork. How did it?
No. The soap you're using is probably the same soap they washed their
Where's
utensils.
Oh! Oh!
Gosh.
Yeah.
So-
I'm gonna just
They gave me
wash
the
it
dish
up
soap.
with rum. I'm gonna take some more sips of rum to wash it.
That's actually a good idea.
You kind of start beginning. You're like, God, this is going to be a long day. As Tachar and Droon, you're going to go down to the local lake and you're going to begin scrubbing yourselves and with the.
Take my gear off and set it off to like right here by this tree.
That's
I was gonna go, walk and just kind of strip down on the way there, and then when I get to it, just buck naked, just stretch out on the edge
okay.
of the water and look around, and then I'm just gonna walk straight in and just kind of keep going until my head goes underwater and you see the bubbles from my nostrils coming
one
up to
video
the top, and then I just float up and I'm laying on my back.
At this
So-
point in time, Rivik, you walk back into the bar itself. Dagoria is sitting there. She's like scrubbing her teeth quite like vigorously as you walk in.
With her fork?
Right?
No, that thing I threw. That thing is gone.
It's like a dart stuck in the wall.
Brushing your teeth with alcohol, I see.
I don't have any other alternatives. Where to don't order any food.
Wow, so rude.
If you do, use your hands.
Yeah, just don't use
I'm
force.
gonna walk up. I'm gonna walk up to the bar and sit down. And request some water. I don't need to get drunk this early in the morning.
Yes, sir. Water, you say?
Friggin' baby.
Copper piece, please, just for the glass.
I'm gonna take one of those gold pieces in my inventory and set it down. And say, I'd really like it if you treated my companions with more respect.
Whatever do you mean, sir? We have.
I know
served
that
them
we're a
with-
ragtag group of creatures, and I know that we're not always exactly looked upon with favor.
Are you insinuating something?
Nope, just asking for the same respect you treat any other customer with.
Your
He's been fine.
cohorts asked for soap. It's not like this is a general store now, is it? I gave them the soap that was available. Listen, if you're worried about your treatment, perhaps you should try the Everwavern House. I'm sure that they'd be willing to cater to your sophisticated needs.
And I'm sure your manager would like to hear your treatment of people who were recommended this inn.
Pish posh. You hear a female voice come from like the kitchen area. Slade, that'll be enough. Enough harassing the guests. Get back to work. Slade looks a little dejected as he kind of goes back. He grabs a mop and he starts mopping the floor.
Freaking picking fights, Rivik. Damn.
Don't like
Still
how he treated these guys.
Slap the help.
It's like, I've never seen a naked dwarf this early in the morning.
I mean, he really hasn't yet because the dwarf was mostly clothes.
I don't need to see a naked dwarf. I'm good.
Still thinking, what happened?
Big things come in small packages.
Lol.
Or on small packages.
No. Okay. Anyway, scrubbing bubbles.
Scrubbing.
So I'm getting myself pretty clean,
Yeah.
and when I'm done, the char is just kind of floating there, and I kind of like take aim,
Okay.
and I wrap it up with the rag and everything, and I kind of just like I lob it to him, but I don't say anything.
You're gonna lob the soap at him. All right, go ahead
Give him a lob
and
so bad.
give me an attack roll with your strength, but no proficiency because you're not proficient in soap throwing. So a D20 plus
Okay.
whatever your strength
What?
modifier is.
So improvised weapon.
Yes, it's an improvised.
Okay, it's an improvised weapon. All right. Let's see, my strength is. That's it.
Technically, yeah, we'll just go with regular attack roll. That's fine. I was gonna say, technically, this is a ranged attack against a prone target.
Wow.
So you like
Impressive.
reel back with the soap, and you're like, poof, and it like flies towards T'Char, and it falls a little short because you're not quite sure of the weight of throwing soap. And the rag itself probably throw it off a little bit, but it skaplooshes down, and T'Char, you're like floating on your back, enjoying this nice like mid-morning snooze-a-la, and all of a sudden you are awakened by the splash of cold water all over your chest as something has just landed in the water. So you kind of like sit up for just a moment, splash all around, and turn to look and see the soap floating, and Droon just kind of...
I'm like guffawing off in the distance. I'm just, clean yourself off, fool! You stink.
So I grab the soap and I put it up to my nostrils and I'm like, ugh. And I shake my head a little bit. I give it a weird look and I'm like, I start scrubbing a little bit. And then I finish up and I walk out of the water onto the edge of the water's edge there, and I look around and I'm like thinking in my head, there's no towels. I was like, eh. And I grab my clothes and I just start walking back to the end.
butt naked.
All air dry.
I'm like every couple of steps I'm just like I'm like shaking my fur and stuff, my hair.
Do you guys realize that you had taken a couple hours to like wash
Damn.
yourself, as well as to like fully get dressed? You know, because it takes time to
Oh, my
fully
noble.
doff your armor and fully don your armor.
Yeah.
It's probably around high sun itself.
Okay.
Uno.
So wait, what time would it be? I don't know what high sun is. I don't
High
pay
sun
attention.
would be like.
Okay, yep. I'm gonna go perform in the square now, the marketplace.
Well, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. Uno momento, por favor.
Okay.
Around high sun, the town is shaken from its peacefulness by the screams of women and children, followed by a man yelling, "Giants, run!" Perplexed residents, shopkeepers emerge from their domiciles in time to see a large rock fall from the sky and crash into an old cart, splintering it into pieces. As the cloud of dust erupts from the wreckage, a second rock hits the ground, tumbles through a fence, and slams against the wall of a building, startling a pair of mules tethered to a post nearby. All around you, people begin to shrink and scatter.
Oh, dear.
Can I get some initiatives?
Jeez.
I'd like to say that I look up in the air and
Holy.
I've seen this before.
Here we go again.
Oh my god.
Oh,
No, it's fleeing time.
It's fleeing.
all right.
It's fleeing time. Okay.
Yay!
Big money, big money.
Where am I? There I am.
Yeah!
The dice didn't even roll; it just would slap onto the table.
Oh, I got mine. I just forgot to click on the thing. 21. Haha.
Doesn't count. They click on the token.
Yeah, you have to click on it first and it doesn't count.
I didn't click on it. That's why I'm really
You
confused.
guys
I
are
did click on it.
so mean, just so you know.
You clicked on
You're not
Urgala.
mean.
I forgot I was.
Hey, at least it's not as bad as that giant. He got a 0.
Yeah, right?
I'm so confused.
Alright, so let's see.
Yep.
Who am I missing here? I got Rivik at a 16. I got Tachar at a 15. Emma,
It's a
for
drone.
some reason,
Oh,
you're
no, it's
at
scrolling.
an 8, but you have a 21.
Drone.
Because
What
I had a
is
21
that?
at first, but then I did it again.
It's
No,
fine.
we were giving you crap. It's
Okay.
fine. Keeping the 21.
Drone at an 8 there. Alright,
I always roll like poop on my initiative.
so, we're going to go ahead and start with Dagoria. You are going to be right inside the bar. What is your musical instrument of preference, please, Aviv?
Let me look really quick to just see what instruments I do have. I apparently have a lute, so let's do that.
So, just so you guys are aware, the turn order should pop up on everybody's screen. Before your turn, please try to have an idea of what you're going to do. I know it might change between everybody's turn, but for this particular combat, you guys are also going to wind up with a randomly assigned non-player character. I'm going to go ahead and assign them as they come up in order. So, Miss Dagoria, Emma, you are also going to wind up with a particular person in your inventory. So you're going to wind up also with Urgala Meltimer, who happens to be the barkeep. So if you look in your journal, you should wind up with this particular person in your thing. You can have this person act in any way that you want for everybody that's going to wind up with one of these people. And everybody should wind up with one at least, okay? They have some, like, thoughts and some, like, things of their own. So take a second to review their character sheet before you just have them go and do something. Because they have, like, you know, thoughts and processes of their own that come up in the thing. Let's see. Hold on just one moment. Let me find. Where's Rivik? For some reason, I can't find him. There he is.
I'm under Dagoria.
You're under Chris. Okay, I've got. Let's see, this person I've given to Tachar. You have yours. Rivik, you should have yours.
Got mine.
Dagoria, you should have yours, and Droon, do you have yours? Did I give
So
you-
are we basically having 2 people act on our initiative?
Yes,
Is what-
you're gonna have your character, and you're also gonna have this special NPC during this particular combat. They have, if you open up their character sheet, they are going to have ideals, they're going to have bonds, they're going to have flaws of their own. So try to act with their character in mind like they would act, not like your character would necessarily have them act. Okay. They act on your turn. So this combat might get a little bit convoluted and a little bit long, and that's okay. Just want everybody to be aware that this is going to be kind of a long, involved combat as giants are attacking the village of Tribor itself. And Dagoria, you and Urga Meltimer are up very first in the combat initiative order. So you are grabbing your loot, you're heading out the door towards performing in the square, when somebody screamed, "Giants, run!" You look out the window and you can find very large creatures. So, the guys on the ground there in front of you are... Sorry, just 1 minute here. are these
You're so scared your
guys.
horns pop off.
Oh my gosh. How far away are they? Like,
So that's this person right here, and oops, that I just randomly moved. That's this guy right here in front of you. You can actually use the measuring tool to figure out how far away they are. The map itself will tell you that this particular person is about 100 feet away from you.
dang it, too far for me to do this
All
type of
right. You guys can also see some orcs. So this is what an orc looks like. You guys get that? These things are riding on what are called axe beaks, and axe beaks are essentially chocobos. If anybody has ever heard of Final Fantasy VII, they're very large birds that they ride on. I don't have a picture of that. Directly.
Just imagine. Oh, sorry.
Chocobo.
I was gonna say an axe beak. You could just imagine that character from Quest for Camelot. You know, the little bird that gets turned into the metal axe chicken,
Absolutely.
but bigger.
That particular individual is. There are only 2 of those that seem to be the biggest individuals. They seem to be directing everybody else around them. And then last but not least, you can actually see a small group of these individuals kind of running around. They seem to be mostly trying to cause some chaos of some sort. And I forgot to roll initiative from those particular individuals. All right. There we go. Everybody's finally on the initiative order, which brings up Dagoria.
Where were we at, Will?
Wherever you are on the map.
Okay.
Okay, so
If you're
I'm gonna
down
have.
by the lake, then you're down by the lake. If you're by the inn, then you're by the inn. So wherever your character physically is on the map.
Hang on, let me check how much movement I have. Oh
Got
shoot, I
about
only have 30.
Feet, yeah.
So I can't do anything because I'm too out of range. So I can move forward with both Dagoria and hang on.
Yeah, there's
Can you
no
see her?
grid on this, so if you guys get like super worried about like how far away you are or something, measure to the closest thing. Like for Dagoria, you're currently about 100 or so feet away from that particular thing. If you want to move closer, you can just grab your token and kind of do that number and then remeasure.
How do you do the measure thing really quick?
It's actually, so the 1, 2, 3, 4 tool down on the little toolbar. One looks like a paintbrush, one looks like an hourglass, one looks like a circle that has a ruler stuck in it, like this. That's the measuring tool.
Alright. So, hang on. How...
The center of the token.
I moved too far.
That's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Just,
Okay.
that's good enough. Dagoria, you run outside, and you can see an extremely large orc pretty much right there in front of you. About 70 or so feet away from you. He's a nasty, nasty, large orc. Not too far away for you to necessarily do anything right yet.
Oh, dang it, yeah. Okay, yeah, I can't do anything. So I'm also gonna move Urgula to next
You want
to
to like
me.
hide behind that house that's across the street from you?
Sure. Yeah. Of both of us over there.
All right. So you essentially book it out of the bar, straight across the street, and sort of use this house there as a hiding spot. You and Urgula, who's followed you out of the bar.
Yeah.
Do you have any bonus actions you want to do? Any bardic inspirations or?
Yeah, I do have inspiration. I'm gonna cast. Can I cast inspiration on Rivik, or like, can I give him inspiration since he's?
I don't know. I have no idea how bardic inspiration works. This is your character. The question.
Depends on the range.
Really
Yeah.
quick.
It's within 60 feet of you, so probably not. You could do it to Rivik. He's in the bar.
That's what she was
Does it-
saying.
Yeah.
It's Rivik.
Like, as you're running out, what would you say to Rivik to bardically inspire him?
I don't know. I'm not very good at inspiring words.
Go get him, Tiger. You got this.
There you go.
Yeah, cheers.
He's a dragon.
You don't know.
Okay, Rivik, that brings you up. For the next 10 minutes, you have, I believe it's a D6 for like an attack roll, an ability check.
My NPC is very far away from me.
Yeah, your NPC is pretty far away from you. Some of your NPCs are, and that's okay.
I just don't know what to do with my NPC, considering.
You can wait, like, if you would say that your NPC might not necessarily know what's going on yet. So you could just, like, look, he's gonna wait his turn until somebody gets
Well,
closer.
I'd like to meet back up with my group.
You are right here in the inn.
Right. And we all heard somebody shout, "Giants, run, we're gonna
Yeah.
die," right?
Yeah, you sure did.
So I'd like to head out the back of the inn.
Okay.
I don't know how many feet that is.
Let's say it's 30 feet to get out the back of the inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds reasonable. And shouting and how. Alright, so out the back of the inn. What's the distance on voice?
I mean,
There's no real distance on voice,
we're not that far away from you, so
That's
a
what
shout would be fine.
Yeah, if I'd like to shout to my companions.
yeah, what are you gonna shout?
Somebody said the giants are attacking!
You run outside, you just be like, Giants are attacking!
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Do you wanna
Not again!
use your action to dash and like dash around one of the sides of the inn?
No, I think I'm okay waiting for my group, my boys, my homies to get closer.
Your homies to get closer. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what the Orogs decide to do. Let's see, we'll go like that. Okay. So these two Orogs, they're gonna kinda go over this way. They're just gonna start running. This guy here, he's gonna keep running this way. He's gonna keep running this way. He's gonna keep running that way. This ogre
shit.
here, he saw a couple of people like hide behind this house over here, so he might decide to come and investigate. And that pretty much brings up the Char.
First words out of my mouth are "mother of spoiled ale."
Nice.
I run. Just let's see. I got this going. I go ahead and spend. I think that should go ahead. 15 there. Yes, and perfect. I am going to go ahead and if I can grab that person here. I move myself 5 feet just so that I can get within 30 feet of my companions here, and I am going to go ahead and reach into my bag and grab. Let go. Hold on. Yes, potion.
What are you drinking, the Char?
I am drinking. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
My computer is acting funky. Here we go. Potion of Heroism, which allows me to bless up to 3 creatures of my choice within range, which is 30 feet. This will go ahead and give you guys,
No, that
whenever a
just,
target...
it just affects you.
Right, but the Potion of Heroism, after I drink it, it says for 1 hour after drinking it, you gain 10 temporary hit points.
And under the
For the
effect
same
of bless
duration.
spell.
Oh,
you
are under this.
So that's just the Char.
It's the thought that matters.
Garnet!
Alright.
But
That's
you,
okay.
You gain 10 temporary hit points, so
You're gonna
Okay.
get
apply those to your character sheet. Every time you make an attack roll or a saving throw for the next 10 minutes, you can roll at a d4 in addition to those things, which is a really good action to do. You're all like, I'm gonna be brave and fight these guys in the buff.
No, I thought you said we donned our armor back on.
You don't wear armor, but yes, you did.
Okay.
At least your loincloth.
Yeah, I don't need armor. I've got my scales. Do you want to remove that potion of heroism from my magic items?
Sure, I can remove it from your magic items. Sure, no problem. In players' journals, gone.
So, obviously, when I drank that, I was like, "You guys get? I guess it just works on me." I'm gonna come up the rest of the way so that I'm right up next to Rivik behind the inn, and then my NPC is nowhere near me, and they are still kind of unaware of the situation, and just he's making his harnesses still.
Still making his harness.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that'll be good. These particular large birds with their orc riders are gonna come like pretty much around this house and kind of like look down the street to the left and to the right. This orc here is going to make eye contact with Dagoria and Urgula as they are currently hiding behind the bar. But nothing else is going to happen because they had to use their action to dash just to get where they are. And then the rest of these orcs are just going to kind of start spreading out a little bit here and there. That brings up the Magmans, who have a whopping, I think it's 30 feet worth of movement. I have a Magman down here somewhere. Nope, wrong tab. They have 30 feet of movement, so they're going to get to go a whopping 60 feet of movement. Blah, 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 blah. Gonna get them right about there. Okay. Magmans are going to come. Blah, 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 blah. They're going to begin, like, lighting this field here on fire. So, you're going to wind up seeing, like, small fires beginning to burn in the distance here. Let's see what's a good fire. Just do that. Fire going. That brings up Droon.
Alright, well, Droon can see. He can kind of see these dudes all the way over here, like around the side.
Like, fire starting to build. And
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's gonna, before he does anything else, he's going to turn and face like this way towards the center of town, and he's gonna try and call out, like yell out as loud as he can. He's gonna say, you know, giant forces are attacking! Evacuate to the south! And he's trying to like let Darathra and people in the center of town know what's going on. And then he's gonna start charging. Hang on one second. I gotta recenter.
Go ahead and give me a performance with that.
Oh jeez.
Here we go.
Can I use my strength instead?
Your strength of your vocal cords? Sure,
Yeah, just
why
like,
not? Yeah.
I don't need to be pretty.
Because, like, right this moment in time, there's people running everywhere, people are screaming everywhere, so, yeah, let's see whether or not your voice can be heard amongst the mass.
Okay, so basically just do a performance, but with my strength instead of my charisma?
Sure.
Or-
Are you, well, you're not proficient with performance,
No.
right?
No,
So
I'm not.
Go ahead and roll just click on the strength on your character sheet.
Okay.
Well, that's a strength save, but that'll work. Yeah, you cup your hands and you start running towards the danger, and you're like, make a break for the south! And you kind of glance behind you one last time. You do begin to see, like, at least the boys that were fishing at the lake, they start running this way, and like the people from this house start running this way, and the people from this house, they start running that way. And you think the people from this house are running that way, so you think you're like, you got
I got some
out,
lungs.
Yeah, you got some lungs. You got out to some people.
Cool. And so basically, I'm gonna run towards the 60 feet towards the danger. Use my action to move
Yeah.
twice.
Dash. Just
Yeah, to dash. Just gonna go basically right about here, and I'm just like, I can't really yell again after that one, but I'm fixated on this guy right here, and I'm just like, not this time, you you monsters. I got my axe at the ready, but that's all I can really do. I got a bonus action though, but
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what to do with it. Do I have any spells I can cast as a bonus action? That's the question.
Round itself begins to, as the giants begin to move towards town, and does anybody speak giant?
I do. In fact, I've taught people giant a little bit.
You taught Octavio giant, but he's not around right this moment in time.
I
A
too
he-
speak giant.
I do.
little
taught
bit
me
of
some.
giant.
Yeah.
Did you
I think
guys-
I'm the only one who speaks fluent giant.
No, I also speak fluent giant.
Okay.
Yeah, he taught me as well. I got it underneath my language.
Yeah.
You do hear, this one here. Oops, that just randomly jumped to the south. So this one here, the southern one, in a feminine voice, shouts out, pointing at the groups of troops in what's the south. Concentrate your attacks on the south.
Fuck.
And then you hear the ones from the south. Concentrate your attacks to the north. Seem to be directing the giants' attacks. And with that in mind, it is officially time for our break time. So we're going to go ahead, and at the top of the next round, we're going to go ahead and stop combat. We're going to get ourselves, I got to get another drink, and I got to use the bathroom. And we'll come back and we'll find out what the Friends of Thunder are going to do about this. Now, this will also give my group, because I'm going to step away from the computer, I'm going to give my group a chance to plan. We'll give my group a chance to come up with some strategy and see what they can potentially do to drive off this invading force. So no time is going to pass for you at home, but some time is going to pass for us. We'll be back shortly. And just like that, no time passed for you at home, but some time has passed for us, and we are back from our break, and we are at top of the round where Miss Dagoria, like, 30 feet away from you, and Orog has come around the corner, and his nasty Orog armor, and he is standing there looking pretty mean and vicious, as well as the large axe beak and orc that is riding the back of the axe beak. Looks, you and your non-player character are at the top of the initiative order. What
Okay,
are you
I'm
gonna do?
gonna cast the cantrip Blade Ward on myself.
Uno momento, I forgot, because Jarrett even asked me before we left if he could do something with his NPC, and then I totally forgot. Jarrett, what did you want to do with your NPC?
Well, actually, Narth is going to use his dash action because he's a sweet rogue dude, and he's going to dash over here to Darathra because he knows some people are starting trouble in his neighborhood, and I'm just going to move him up there because it's close enough. He's gonna just come bursting through the door, and Darathra, we're under attack. What should we do?
Fight, you idiot! Fight! Okay, and then that brings up Dagoria, who's going to cast the cantrip Blade Ward on herself, which gives you
And then
resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
for until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
And then with what's her name? Urgula?
Yeah.
Okay, Urgula, she is multi-attack, so I'm gonna have her.
Is she gonna run up to the orc, or is she gonna stay where she is?
She has a short bow, so would she be able to like? What's the?
Sure.
Yeah. So she's gonna hit. She's gonna shoot.
Well, she can
That
sh-
the Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's hit the. But then it'd bring its attention over here, so that wouldn't be a good idea at the moment. I want to get rid of these three first. So the one on the bird closest to her.
Okay, are you
The
gonna
orc?
aim for the orc, or are you gonna aim for the bird?
Which one's more dangerous?
Um, roll a wisdom check, but use her stats.
Okay.
It's like roll 1d20 plus whatever her wisdom is.
Let's see.
I did it twice by accident. Sorry.
Let's see. She would. Well, she's got automatically. She rolls
Wow.
with advantage for some reason. Let me turn on advantage toggle for her. She would suspect that of the two, the bird is probably the least dangerous.
Then is it an orc riding the bird?
It is an orc riding the bird.
Then yeah, she's gonna hit the orc twice with her short bow.
She's gonna try. She can go ahead and make her first attack roll towards the.
Okay, hang on. I just gotta move these out of the way so I can see what she gets.
I gotta turn your guys'
How did it-
advantage toggle on. Sorry. Uno momento. That's a 5. The first arrow is gonna go flying
Good lord.
way past the target and not hit it.
Okay, let's try again.
The second attack, unfortunately, is a 12, and this one gets a lot closer to your target, but is still gonna miss.
And then she's down 2 arrows.
Getting rusty in our old age.
Yeah, she hasn't picked up her bow and arrow in a while. I believe that everybody's character should have, or NPC should have advantage toggle now. Unfortunately, Urgula takes 2 quick shots with her short bow, and both the shots miss her intended target, but that brings up Rivik, and the fact that he is currently, where is he?
He's behind the inn.
He's
right
behind
here.
the inn. Oh yeah, he ran out behind the inn.
Mhm.
He's
And Rivik's
in
having a
the-
panic attack.
Okay.
Out of character. I'm
Come on,
actually
cleric!
complete-
Forge us to victory.
Oh.
I'm completely freaking out internally.
You're fine. You got this.
It's okay, man. If we die, we just make new characters. It's not a big deal.
No, don't say that.
And we start a different campaign if you die, just so you know.
Yeah.
Ah! These are all things I don't want.
But don't worry, if we decide to start another campaign, it will be the world's longest dungeon crawl.
Fantastic.
I have no idea what to do. There's too many enemies on the board. This is
Then
not
focus
a chess.
on. Who cares about the other ones? You can't handle them. We can focus on what's in front of us.
This
like,
is a
Drew
chess
will
game and
actively
we're
say
losing
that to you.
already.
What is Rivik
Come
gonna
on.
do? Rivik is gonna
Come on, where's your fighting
shit
spirit?
his pants and pass his turn?
Essentially, I'm paying the dark price right now.
Oh my gosh.
Did you wear your brown pants?
I mean, if you do, we could use it as a bioweapon and just like sling the pants at them. It'd probably gross them out for a couple of turns.
Let's see here. Click my token and then how do you do that stupid measurement thing?
It's the tool, the 4th tool down from your little menu on the left-hand side.
I see that, but it won't let me. There it goes.
User
Yeah,
error.
I was gonna get to the corner of the inn.
Ah, what's going on with all the measurements?
I'm gonna try and get to
know
the.
which way he's going.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Just move to the corner.
Yeah.
Just hustle along the back of the inn, running to the corner to look around and see where everybody is, and realize the monsters are getting closer to you.
That's all I can do.
I mean, you can move to the corner and then like Sacred Flame or do some sort of preparation spell.
I mean,
I'm literally. I know this is not the greatest time, but I'm literally having a breakdown.
It'll be
Rubik
fine.
uses his action to dash to the corner of the building. He's gonna wind up getting all the way over here, and then he's gonna wind up passing his turn off to the Orcs. Let's see.
Quick thing I noticed, Will, the orc, that's the second southern orc, is not on his mount. He's like way off in the distance.
Oh my gosh. Thanks, man. Appreciate
There you go.
He fell off.
Yeah.
No problem.
Obviously, he fell off. Let's see. These orcs are gonna. These orcs up here. They're gonna break into this house over here, and they're gonna begin looting, and raping and pillaging things that orcs do in their free time. This orc here, he's just gonna keep running. Let's see. This orc over here. It's less than 30 feet away. He's gonna come running towards both Dagoria and Urgula, and he's gonna make a real quick wisdom check. Let's see, that's a 17. He's gonna realize that Dagoria is a much greater threat than Urgula, and he's gonna take his great axe and he's gonna swing it at Dagoria. That's gonna be.
I got my blade ward.
12 to hit you, Dagoria. I don't believe that that's gonna hit.
Well, don't I have my blade ward?
Blade Ward provides you with resistance to slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning damage should you get hit. That means that you're going to take half damage from any hit that does succeed in hitting you. The first attack, however, is only a 12, and I don't believe that beats your armor class.
Nope.
But the second attack, however, is a 16, so the orc is going to bring around that great axe, and he's going to connect with your side. It's going to do 14 points of regular damage with your Blade Ward. However, that's going to reduce down to 7 points of slashing damage to you.
Alright.
Very good. I've never really seen anybody use Blade Ward in like combat scenarios, and I just want to say that is well done, Dagoria.
Thank you.
Well done using the spells that aren't ever used. That brings up the Tachar on the next round of initiative. Tachar, what are you gonna do?
You know, Tachar was thinking we could survive by fleeing, but I don't think that's in us. Okay, Tachar's gonna come over to the corner here.
Well, if Droom was close enough to hear him talk, say it, he would try and tell him that we at least need to give the village, the town enough time to flee. We may not be able to defeat them all, but we can try.
That was your telepathy message to me?
No, I'm saying if you were close enough for me to say that, I would say that. But
oh, I heard you.
I'm going to say, Tachar, from where you're
You
currently
felt
standing, you can see that orc that had just ran up and smacked his great axe into Dagoria.
Well, and I don't like that very much, so I'm gonna shoot him.
You've got your short bow, your long bow. What do you use? You got
Short
your
bow.
Short bow out. You're going to go ahead and draw back your first attack. Off with your arrow. And it's going to go a little wide. Land into the ground on the far side of the orc. Kind of overshoot him. You're going to take a deep breath. This time you're going to remember to breathe in, hold, release your second attack. With an 18, you are going to make contact with that particular Orog. Right into the shoulder of him. And wind up doing... how much damage? 6.
Oh, you know
points
what?
of damage.
That first one, Would have 9 plus? I would have had to roll another d4.
Unfortunately, the D4 wouldn't have made a difference. The
Okay.
maximum you could have gotten is a 12, and an 18 just barely hit your target, unfortunately.
Okay. So the 3,
Wow.
6.
What? Who? What?
Piercing
The 6
with
piercing.
the bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't roll a D4 on your damage.
No, I
roll-
didn't.
Okay, good. Good. You're good to go. You actually hit the target for 6 points of piercing damage. He took the damage, so he's got an arrow. Dagoria, the Orog that came up to you, he's got an arrow sticking out of it. And you turn and look at the corner of the building, and there's your pal Char standing there looking around.
Yeah.
Brings up the orcs themselves. Let's see.
Whoa. Octavio.
Oh, yeah.
Octavio is going to come out of his little hut here.
Okay. Orthover,
He's-
who's way up over here, he's going to
Yeah.
come up out of his hut.
He's kind of angry. I don't know a lot of these spells.
They should
I-
actually have...
I do know Thunderwave.
they
Oh
do-
dear.
They do have descriptions. If you click on the little eye, it should give you a description of whatever the spell is. So.
It just has it in the list. Am I not on the right? Is it the attributes and abilities, or?
No, so hold on a second. I just had it open. So, is your character, is Othavar open?
It's open, and I'm on character sheet.
Yeah, so if you click on character
Yeah,
sheet, you should see Blade Ward where it's kind of like expanding. You see, like if you click...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the little
Okay,
bubble,
I see it now.
The chat bubble puts it in chat, and the eye bubble gives you the information of the spell.
Okay. Let's see here.
It's always fun trying to teach Roll20 and play at the same time. Who
Oops,
are you
my
going to
bad.
shoot that firebolt at within
I
100?
guess I'm gonna shoot the firebolt, and it's gonna be the one directly outside of my hut here.
Which one?
Well, I
Ping
guess
me-
how far is it range? 120 feet.
Yeah, ping me a thing, because the only exit to your particular hut happens to be right there. So we
Oh,
could
be-
say that you'll be right there. I'm not worried about that. You can have moved the last turn.
Oh,
I'm
We'll
trying to
go
ping that
with-
guy right there.
yep.
All
Yeah.
right, so click on Firebolt itself. Oh, excuse me.
Noise. What the?
That's an 11. You're gonna wind up flinging a firebolt at that particular target. It's gonna go kind of land here between these two buildings. Unfortunately, you're not gonna make connection with that guy.
Okay.
These two orcs are gonna wind up. Let's see. They're gonna wind up going up here to this particular building. Come over here and cause some mayhem and some havoc. These two orcs are going to start riding straight out towards this particular building. Like that. Let's see. This orc here, he's got 50 feet of movement here. He's going to wind up getting right about there. He's going to come riding around the corner. Both of them. Rivik, you come to the corner of the building, and around the corner of the building you can discover a very large bird and his orc rider. Let's see, he's got himself, what abilities does he have? He's got himself a great axe and a javelin. He's gonna go ahead and throw a javelin at you from the back of his axe beak. He's gonna rein it in and reach back, grab a javelin, and just throw it at you. Unfortunately, that's a 15, so I don't believe that that's gonna make contact with you in any way, shape, or form. The second axe beak and his orc rider is gonna come riding up right next to his pal here. And let's see, what's the distance off to that guy? That's gonna be roughly 50 feet, 70 feet. He's gonna have a disadvantage throw, but he's gonna throw a javelin at Drew. That's a 7, so I don't believe that that's gonna hit worth a iota. That's really bad. the Magmans up here to the north are going to wind up continuing to burn and cause mayhem and destruction. They're going to maybe move over this way, and then you're going to wind up finding some fires up there.
When the dude throws his axe at me and it just kind of like goes wide or something, I'm gonna laugh at him just out loud and say, "What's the matter? You throw half as good as you smell."
It's funny, these Magmans are going to continue across the field, and they're going to continue spreading their little chaos and dissent as they come across the field. Fires are going to continue to burn. Do you speak Orc?
I don't think I do, but let me check.
Yeah.
I do.
The Orc is going to say, "Your mother sucks cocks in hell." Oh, wait.
Jesus, I thought this was supposed to be like a kid-friendly game. Oh my goodness.
Since when is this a kid-friendly game? That brings up Droon. Droon, you got a couple of axe beaks on Orcs. Or Orcs on axe beaks.
All right.
Sorry, that was
So-
a line from the Exorcist, actually.
Oh, that's right. It was. Good. So I'm going to put myself, maybe not directly in front of Rivik, but I'm going to put myself in melee range of this guy.
And so you're going to run up to the large axe beak there in front of you with the Orc on the back, and you're going to take a swing?
Yes, I'm going to swing. Actually, I do want to take a swing, but I need to check something else really quick. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make my swing. I'm gonna make my attack roll. Gotta keep going back and forth between my core and my spells. All right, big money no whammy. Let's see what we, so before anything happens,
Okay.
I'm going to spend I'm going to spend my my channel divinity, and I'm going to flash of kind of like
Down,
off
you're gonna
light.
pray to your God, and you're gonna be able to like, "Give me the guidance," and you're gonna get a +10 to that roll, which makes it a 23. And I'm sorry, but I can't think of a monster right this moment in time that has a 23 armor class. So I do believe that that's gonna hit this orc.
All right. Okay. So then I'm going to I'll roll damage then, because I don't want to spend my spell slots just yet. Oh, yeah, boy!
15 points. You reach up, you swing that great axe towards this monster as it is flying through the air. You pray to your God, "Allow me to hit this thing and I will worship you more." Your axe connects with him, cleaving his leg off of him. The body goes flying off the axe beak, smacks into the side of the North Shield house, and slides down to the ground, eliminating that orc from the combat as he is
Okay.
dead.
So then, as part of my extra attack, which is still part of the attack action, correct? All right, I'm going to go ahead and, can I still use some of my movement?
Do you have any movement left?
I should, because I wasn't very far away. I was like right here. I just want to basically move a little bit this way to be in range of this guy too.
I'm gonna say
That's
that you
okay.
can't quite get all the way there, but if you wanted to try
Okay.
to cleave down the stupid bird that was in your mouth,
Yes.
you could
So
potentially try.
basically, flavor-wise, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a second swing at the bird, and then the momentum is gonna carry me the rest of my movement towards this guy,
Perfect. Make
So I'll
your
just
second
do it
attack roll towards that bird.
towards the bird.
Towards the
What
bird.
have everybody's heard about the bird?
The axe
Bird's gonna
beak
die.
is the word.
Yep.
With the 21, you're gonna bring that axe down upon that bird and connect solidly with his flank, dealing 9 points of damage to that bird. He's gonna at you, and he does not look good already. He's already bloodied.
Yeah. so I will then I will cast Command Duel, Compelled Duel on the orc riding the second one, and I will say, now that your friend's gone, there is just you and me. And so it has to succeed at a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it is drawn to me, compelled by divine demand. So it has disadvantage on attack rolls against anyone other than me, and anytime it attempts to move more than 30 feet away from me, it has to make another Wisdom saving throw.
Awesome. So that is a very productive turn by Drew. The giant up here, he's gonna you're gonna notice his head kind of turn in your particular direction. She's gonna reach down and she's gonna grab a rock as she's walking, and she's gonna pick it up and she's gonna
Oh Jesus!
kind of lob it in your particular direction. However, that is way outside of her normal range, so she's gonna wind up with a disadvantage attack roll towards you. She is gonna throw a rock, however, and that's gonna be a frickin' woo! That's gonna be a 13 with disadvantage. I will have you know that the regular attack roll is a 23. Had she hit you, that is 29 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep, that's about what I expect from my fire giant.
There's a great big rock that just comes crashing down right here in front of you. She's gonna continue, however, moving her 30 feet towards the center of town. And then this one is gonna go ahead and move 60 feet towards the center of town. And then that brings up Dagoria. Dagoria, you just watched a few minutes ago a rock just
Yeah.
kind of over your head. You're like, oh shit, that would suck.
Okay, so there's the Orog is still in front of me, correct?
There is an Orog in front of you.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it with my hand axe.
Pull out your hand axe. Die, motherfucking orc, die! You are gonna connect with this orc. Good job, Dagoria.
Hey. And then I click on damage, or wait,
Just
yeah.
click on hand axe.
You see what happens when you use the actual weapon and not your frying pan?
You know what? My frying pan is awesome.
Good. You do good. You do good swings.
Swings. Okay, and then I'm gonna have Urgula hit it, her Morning Star twice.
She's gonna drop the bow and arrow on the ground. She's gonna draw her Morning Star, and she's gonna try to go ahead for the first Morning Star. It's a 12. The Orog is gonna pull up his great axe and parry that attack out of the way. And the second one is gonna come down. And it's gonna be a 16, and he's gonna parry that out of his way.
And
There's some strong orcs. You know how to fight.
That brings up.
okay, I'm
Riddick.
still.
Oh,
okay.
go ahead. What'd you have?
I'm just. No, it's all right. Well,
What do you got?
able to move, right?
You can, but you're both in melee combat with this creature, so if
Sure, so
somebody-
yeah, no. I'm just gonna leave it.
Alright, Rivik. There's a large bird there pretty much in your face, as well as like the remains of a dead orc lying on the ground in front of you.
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on the axe beak.
So that's a dexterity saving throw by the axe beak. So I find the axe beak's character sheet. Sorry, I got a few different character sheets. Dexterity saving throw, that's a 14. I do believe that barely meets your DC.
My DC is 14,
So unfortunately, the axe beak is gonna kind of like get out of the way of your sacred flame.
You got any bonus action spells?
I'm looking right now.
I think spiritual weapon is.
Spiritual weapon is a bonus
What?
action, I'm pretty
Should
sure.
let him decide what he's gonna do.
No, you're absolutely
You're
right.
playing-
I'm just saying.
You're right there on my Discord, so I'm like ding 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 on your head.
Okay.
It's fine.
He's helping me because
It's
I'm.
fine. I know you don't know
I'm-
5e quite as well as I'd like you to know 5e. It's okay.
You are freaking out, man.
Finder.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and cast spiritual weapon.
So you get to make an attack roll with the bonus action of that. A 21 is going to connect with this particular creature. And what type of a weapon are you going to summon this time around? Is it a sword again?
Yeah.
It might help if I could. Might help if I could type, huh?
That's a fancy sword.
It is
I was
okay.
gonna say that.
Use
is a
the
fancy
Schwartz.
sword.
The Schwartz is within you.
Controlled by Chris S. Name Spiritual Weapon. Name, save changes. There we go. Okay, so go ahead and click on your damage there, Chris.
Cast at what level?
2. I imagine.
2.
9 points. This axe beak sees his light flash
No!
before his eyes, and he pulls it back together.
Oh my gosh.
And that's it. That's all I got.
Both your action and your bonus action.
My NPC, right?
Yeah, your NPC. What do you want to do with your NPC?
Because I was reading his character. His bio kind of, to be honest. His ideal is like you can run from your past, but you can't hide from it. His bond is I've made a new life in Tribor, and I'm not going to run away this time. But his flaw is I have no regrets. I'll do whatever it takes to survive. So it kind of conflicts.
A little bit. But
With-
isn't that life?
Yeah. I'm just gonna move him here, I guess.
You're gonna start running towards the battle itself, huh?
I guess, yeah.
So if anybody is curious who he's talking about his NPC way over here.
Dar's Helgar.
And then we're gonna flash back to the group over here, and we got the O-Rogs itself. Let's see, we got these O-Rog over here. He's gonna keep looting and trashing this particular house. Keep looting and trashing this particular house. This O-Rog here, however, let's see, we're gonna see if he, with a 16 wisdom, he's gonna wind up noticing this individual right here, and he's gonna wind up moving towards this direction. 30 feet of movement puts him right about there. And then he's going to wind up pulling from his backpack. He's going to grab a javelin and he's going to chuck it at T'Char. Unfortunately, that's outside of a javelin's normal range, so he's going to wind up doing a disadvantage attack roll, and that's a 12 to hit poor T'Char.
Nope.
A 12 does that, so he's going to... T'Char, you're standing there looking around the corner of the house. You're going to pop off a couple of shots, and then all of a sudden, javelin's going to come landing. You're going to turn and see an O-Rog looking in your direction from the north over here. He just jumped all around the map. Let's see, the O-Rog right here in front of Dagoria, he's going to pull out his Great Axe, excuse me. I can enunciate.
You can spetch.
The first one is going to be at Dagoria with the Great Axe. It's going to be a 15 Dagoria. Will a 15?
Yep.
A 15 is going to hit you for 8 points of slashing damage. The second round, he's going to come at you with a 13, however, and I don't believe that that's going to hit you.
Yeah, it does.
A 13 hits you.
That meets.
Oh my goodness gracious. You're going to take 12 more points of slashing damage.
Oh, wonderful. Hang on.
These two orcs are going to wind up continuing to loot, pillage, and cause some general destruction up here. And that brings up T'Char. T'Char is way down here at the corner of the house, and he just saw his friend Dagoria get hit hard twice. but he also sees a new threat potentially coming from the north. His decision to do what is to do. What do you?
The more immediate danger of losing a member of the team. So I will throw, well, not throw, but shoot another arrow at the orc attacking Dagoria.
Okay. Yes, I said member. Very good. I thought this was supposed to be a kid-friendly game there, sir.
Ooh, nice.
A 25 is definitely going to hit this particular Orog for 8 points of piercing damage. This orc is beginning to lose a little bit of blood here and there. It's not quite bloodied yet.
I'll fling one more.
Very close. Reach back, grab another arrow, knock it in your bow. Back it goes. Natural
Nice.
20. Shoink! Straight into this particular orc gives you how much damage? 10 points of piercing damage. This Orog is not looking good. He's
And
bleeding.
I yell, "Why don't you come and pick on someone your own size?" Even though I'm nowhere near his size.
Missed opportunity to say shot through the heart. And you're too late.
This axe beak here is gonna go ahead. And
Hold
kind
on
of
now.
s-
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on now.
yeah,
Hold
go
on.
ahead, what you got?
We got Ortherville over here,
Oh yeah, what's he gonna do?
and he sees these weird hornbill coming around the corner. How far away is that?
Oh, it's a ways away there.
60
About
feet.
60.
60.
Well, the firebolt thing goes that far, don't it?
Oh yeah, it goes 120 feet for sure.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and chuck that baby.
Are you checking at the hornbill axe beak?
I'm shooting to knock off its rider.
Okay. That's not attack roll. That's just the description only.
Where's? Oh. I clicked on it. It didn't roll the dice. That's all.
A 21 is gonna hit that orc for 3 points of fire damage, and that orc is gonna wind up targeting Orthover now.
Wait a minute. What? You rolled three dice. What's the other
It
one
just
for?
rolls it when I throw it. I don't know what they are.
It's rolling 2d8, 2d10. What's going on there?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Just
It only did 3 points of damage.
That's really
That-
weird.
That one, the D20 looks like it's like cockeyed.
Hey, I wouldn't complain.
No,
Could have been much worse.
This axe beak is gonna kind of stumble forward a little bit, and it's gonna wind up trying to bite at poor Rivik with its beak. It's gonna at you, and that's an 8, Rivik. That's probably not gonna hit.
No.
This orc is gonna command his axe beak to come forward a little bit. He's gonna pull out a great axe, and he's gonna take a swing at Droon. With his great axe, that's a natural 1, so it's just gonna go like right over your head, Droon. Like
Pathetic.
nobody's business. And you're gonna hear the giants yell out, "More to the south!" And these axe beaks are gonna come riding. They only got 50 feet of movement, so this orc way up here in the north of town, you guys probably can't see this. This orc way up here in the north of town, he's gonna pull out a javelin and he's gonna throw it at this poor idiot that just threw a freaking firebolt at him. That's a 17 to hit this NPC. Does that hit this NPC?
The NPC has like a 25 armor class.
That
Uh,
would be no. Armor class.
Does he really?
No, he's got 10, and it says
yeah,
in parentheses
dude.
13 with mage armor.
It's gonna be 9 points of piercing damage from that poor javelin. This orc over here, he's gonna just come running up a little bit more, and he's gonna kind of go around this building. He's gonna command his axe beak to dash. Gonna get a little bit closer. That brings up the Magmans. They're going to wind up kind of converging on this particular building here.
Hey, Will, right quick. Oh, okay. Is there an area, or do I just want to write it on a piece of paper? You said it was 9 to this guy?
I can actually keep track of his hit points if you want.
Okay. Yeah, because
He
that means
has
he's
a
like
total
7
of
left.
16.
Hopefully that poor fool gets the heck out of there before he gets surrounded.
Yeah, he's not looking good. Hold on just a minute. Let me. These Magmans here are gonna just kind of set this building on fire. And by that I mean this poor building that was right there is now just kind of up in flames as these Magmans come swarming towards the building. That brings up Droon. Droon, you look across the street and all of a sudden the house that was like behind where you're fighting just... And you can see those little Magman creatures kind of like just come running around it towards you.
This keeps getting better and better. Okay, so he's going to. Oh, jeez. Well, he's going to take care of the immediate threat in front of him right now, which is this orc. So he's going to try and swing at the orc.
The orc on the axe beak.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Make your attack roll a little bit.
There we
With
go.
25,
Yeah.
you're gonna bring your great axe down into this orc. He's gonna take 13 points of damage, and he is not looking good. He's bleeding profusely from that wound.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and attack again with my second attack.
Bring around the second attack for a.
Oh, it did not. There it goes. Oh!
27 is gonna connect with this poor.
If only I got crits on 19s. Damn.
It's too bad you
I don't. No, I
You
don't.
do hit him for a whopping total of.
Oh! Wait, what? Okay, they did twice.
17
Max
slash.
damage, Jesus. So as I'm, do I kill this guy?
Oh, you killed that guy. He's
Okay, but so as I'm making the swing and like the wind is just singing off the edge of my axe, I say to him in Orcish, I say, "My mother is twice the warrior I was," and then I slash him across the. I just decapitate him. Just a cut. I cut him right through the middle, and his guts spill out all over his mount.
That's gross. Any bonus actions you want to do?
I mean, I want to do all the bonus actions. Let's see here. Don't. Compelled Duel's gone now because he is dead.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's an action. Nope. I ain't got no bonus actions that I can do right now, right this second. So,
Got nobody.
can I, as part of my attack, can I do my hammering horns racial? I think that's a bonus action. You have to like shove the.
Is it an action? Is it a bonus action? You tell me.
Let's see. It's a part of the attack action on my turn.
As part of the attack action on your turn.
Oh, I can use a bonus action to attempt to shove a target with my horns. So after I kill the rider, can I use my horns to try and shove the mount away from me?
You sure can. Why not?
Okay. All right. So, DC 15 strength saving throw.
That's a 19. You dig
Okay.
your feet in. You try to shove that bird away, and the bird's like. "Rah!"
Okay. So, I'm gonna look over at Rivik, and I'll say, these orcs are dealt with. Perhaps we should start slowly retreating, and then Narth is gonna continue moving towards the fight.
Go ahead, move north towards the fight. The two giants up here are going to continue to move towards whatever destination they seem to be moving towards. And the southern giant is going to reach down and grab another section of ground, pick it up, and just lob it over here in this particular area. It's going to wind up with a disadvantage rock throw towards poor Tachar. Rock. Tachar. That's going to be a 19. Tachar, does that hit you?
It does.
That's going to be 34 points of bludgeoning damage on your pal.
So I'd say my temporary hit points are gone.
Oh, yeah, it's just a bit. You had, what, 10 temporary hit points?
10, yeah.
So
And then
that's only 24 points of damage.
Right there's 30. Okay, I'm not feeling so great, but I'm okay.
That brings up Miss Dagoria as
I'm gonna hit it with my hand axe again.
hit the orc with a hand axe. A 15, the orc is going to wind up bringing his great axe into the path of your hand axe, and he's just going to deflect it out of the way.
Dang it. Okay, so Urgula's gonna hit it twice. Or Morningstar.
First one is going to hit, and the second one is going to hit for a total of 17 points of damage. She's going to wind up, get off of my friend! Beat this orc to the ground, and it is dead. No longer
Haha.
there. It's pretty much all of Miss Dagoria's turn. That brings up Rivik. Rivik, there's a large bird in your face, and you're like, what do I do?
Gonna cast Sacred Flame. I'm gonna try and cast Sacred Flame again.
Which axe beak are you gonna try to cast?
The bloodied one.
The bloodied one. The one that's pretty much right in front of you, huh?
Yes.
That's a dexterity saving throw of 19 for the axe beak. The axe beak just is very nimble and hard to
Then
take
that
down.
doesn't.
Want to bring around that spiritual weapon on him?
Yes, please. That doesn't work either.
Unfortunately, a 10 is not going to hit. Are you going to stay there?
Yeah, I think so. If I move out of melee range, that puts me at susceptible to attack, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So.
This Obrog, he's going to continue running south towards Tachar. He's going to bring out yet another javelin. And he's going to try throwing this javelin. He's still going to have disadvantage, unfortunately, because he's just over the minimum range. Tachar, a javelin comes flying at you. That's a 23 to hit you at disadvantage.
Damn.
I believe that is going to hit for 8 points of piercing damage, sir. These two orcs are going to come, after they smash through this particular building, they're going to come running south. Brings up Tachar. Tachar, your friend Dagoria is no longer being pressed by her assailant. However, there is a large orc right to the north of you that has just pegged you for 8 points of damage.
I'm not too happy about that.
I didn't think so.
So I'm gonna run up to him.
Believe that you've got the distance to do that. Oh,
Yeah.
He's going for distance.
He's going.
He's going for speed.
And I'm gonna whack him with my mace.
Draw out your mace, drop your longbow on the ground. 21, you're a twang.
That's
Right
almost
there.
a natural 20 again. Jeez.
6 points of bludgeoning damage. She's reeling from that hit. Stars are beginning to show. With the extra attack, gonna bring down the mace again.
Yes. Sorry, I moved it down to read something else for a second.
Plonk! Onto his head you go with another 5 points of bludgeoning
Gee.
damage. This orc is seeing stars left and right.
And I'm gonna use a key point and do Fury of Blows.
Just spend a key point and unarmed strike him twice. Unarmed strike number 1 coming at him. With a
And then-
13, he's gonna
well-
parry that blow.
That's right, because even with a 4, it's not gonna hit it, right?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. So hit unarmed again.
Yep.
And nope.
Yeah, unfortunately, both the unarmed blows, he just throws up his arms in the way, and you're just gonna punch at his forearms, and nothing bad is gonna happen to him. See, this orc here, he's gonna wind up.
Oh, and my NPC is just gonna start running
Okay. Where's he gonna
and
run?
screaming. He's gonna run and scream south.
Okay, move him south and start.
Well, hold on, which way is south?
This way.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's southwest, but
Okay, yeah.
you don't want to go straight south because then he gonna die.
Well, I don't know how far he can run, but he's running for his life and using his dash option. So I guess there. Okay.
It's gonna be clutch for that poor guy.
The orcs riding their axe beaks to the north are going to continue harassing villagers. The orcs up here are going to wind up chasing a little bit of this particular individual. This guy's going to follow his fire giant's commands and start heading south. That brings up the Magmans. They're going to wind up beginning to conglomerate on this particular building here and begin to set fire to it. Burn, baby, burn. That's this building over here. It's beginning to burn as those Magmans are taking out that. These Magmans down here, they're going to begin kind of coming over towards the group. Let's see, they got 30 feet of movement. How far is that going to get them? Oh, it's not going to quite get them there. But if they use their action to dash, they are going to wind up getting there. Oh yeah. Droon, all of a sudden you are surrounded by tiny fire-burning elementals. Small elementals, so they are one category size smaller than you. That brings
Cool.
up Droon. It's difficult to see with his axe beak in the way, but at least one of those Magmen are in melee combat with you, in addition to the axe beak. It's your turn, sir.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm gonna keep going back and forth between my character and this other one. Let's see, I got them. Okay. I'm not within 10 feet of Riddick, I don't think. No. Okay. Oh gosh, this is pretty rough. Yeah. I'm going to. Can I make any sort of like knowledge check about these elementals, or even the birds, and see like, do I know if they feel fear? Like, would I know if these elementals would feel fear?
You can go ahead and roll a nature check.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
They
there's
are
not a
not-
whole lot that you know about these little two tiny burning guys.
Good lord.
They look essentially like little coals that are like on fire
Yeah.
and like.
Imps or something, yeah.
So.
Well, he's gonna try anyway.
Okay.
He's gonna try and just like, I guess, let out the mightiest roar that he can possibly let out. He's just gonna like, and just like try and see if he can scare them away.
Okay.
I am going to roll intimidation at advantage because I have. Or no, wait. It might be just proficiency. Let me double check.
Okay.
Where is it? Imposing presence. Oh, it's just proficiency. Never mind. So I will roll up. See if I can do a intimidation.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I guess if it scares off the birds too, that would be great. I mean, but basically I'm just trying to scare them all off,
So
or at least stun.
you're attempting to scare them all off. This is going to, I'm going to say, require your at least bonus action to do.
Okay.
You want to like purposely make them leave your presence.
Yes.
Okay.
I would gladly sacrifice a bonus action for that.
Okay.
So does it succeed?
You'll have to find out on their turn. I can't tell you yet.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sitting here, it's all quiet. Like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hello. It's not their turn yet, so I
Oh.
I can't tell you the response until their turn.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, I guess I will go ahead and I'll do an attack then. First thing I'll do is I'll attack this wounded Axebeak. He's been a thorn in our side for long enough.
Okay.
Hopefully he's been a thorn in our side long enough.
Well,
Okay.
you're barely gonna connect with him. But
Yes!
You are gonna connect with him.
Oh.
And the poor Axebeak is gonna die from that wound as he had one whopping hit point left.
All right, and then with my second swing, I'm going to attack the other Axebeak. Attempt to attack the other Axebeak. That's better.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's gonna hit that other Axebeak.
Right. All right.
Wow.
And I have not hit him before, so.
No, but that Axebeak is already bloodied. Not looking
Yeah.
good.
And then I'm going to use my hammering horn. Oh no, that's a bonus action. I already used it, so never mind. Narth is going to. He's been trying to make it to here to see what's going on. He's gonna make it to about here, see the giants that are walking towards the center of town, and he's gonna be like, nope. And he's immediately going to run back towards his the armory, and he's gonna like burst through the door and say, Alestra, the town is lost. We must get out of here now. Pack what you need. Let's go.
Awesome. The two giants here to the north are going to continue marching. Now people can see that they seem to be making their way towards, like the center of town. Even I'm not sure why they would be making their way towards the center of town, but they seem to be making their way in this particular direction. The male fire giant here, the one to the north, is going to point to the troops to the north and just be like, "You group to the south, defenders have taken up position. Flank them. Attack from the west." Brings up Miss Dagoria.
Wait, let me
The
see.
giants have just uttered a whole bunch of commands to the north there. However, you can see an Orc sitting right there attacking your buddy Char.
Okay, let me see, what can I do? Hang on, I accidentally exited out of my character thing, so I gotta go back to it really quick.
Fired!
Let me see, is there any spells I can do? Okay, none of my spells would really work. I need more offensive spells. Offensive. Okay, I have my short bow, but then I would be dropping my hand axe, correct?
Yes. If you wish to just draw it and fire, then yes, you would be dropping your hand axe to do so.
Yeah, I'll just do that. Can I do that? Am I able to do that?
Unfortunately, you only have one item interaction, so I'm gonna say highs or lows.
Lows.
Lows. Unfortunately for you, this time around, you're able to like bend over and bite the axe out of your hand as you reach back, grab an arrow. So you've got the hand axe in your mouth. I'm gonna say you're unable to cast any spell that has a verbal component while the hand axe rests in your mouth.
Okay, but hey, I can shoot my short bow, right?
Sure, you can shoot your short bow at this guy. If that's what you want to do. A 15, you're going to wind up landing right behind it in the field, but unfortunately it's just going to miss. You only get one
Okay.
attack around.
Urgula, she's gonna drop her Morning Star and pick back up her short bow and shoot.
She's going to get one shot off.
Okay.
For a total of 5 points of damage. Yeah, dropping her hand axe, picking back up her short bow, reaching back, grabbing an arrow, taking a beat on this particular orc. She's going to be able to tie in quite good and just straight to that orc. He's going to get 5 points of damage to it.
On a crit.
Well, yeah, well, not
Seems kind of
everybody-
weak.
Not everybody, you know, they're just meant to help. They're not meant to necessarily make the fight any better. That does bring up Rivik, however. Rivik, you do see the wonderful little teeny tiny elementals, and I want you to go ahead and roll an insight. Just free for me. You suspect that right this moment in time, maybe Drew might have lost his temper. You're not 100% sure though.
Okay.
It's a good place to do it.
If I cast Sacred Flame on a fire elemental, that does nothing to them, right?
One way to find out.
My thought is fire and fire. Doesn't really work. But it's radiant damage, not flame damage, so I guess... I'm gonna try and cast Sacred Flame on the first little guy right here.
That guy right there, he's gonna make a dexterity saving throw of 19. So unfortunately,
Then
we're
never
not
mind.
Sure what's gonna happen.
Spiritual Weapon can move.
20 feet. Oh, look at that! Just enough space to get to that little teeny tiny elemental. Drag the
Okay.
sword over, and then you're gonna swing the spiritual sword at that tiny little magman. And
What
with
the
an 8,
hell?
unfortunately, that's not going to hit.
My rolls are just terrible that entire roll, so there we go.
Are you gonna stay where you are?
Yes, I'd like to keep my distance.
Alright, well these two Orrogs up here to the north are going to continue to moving south, trying to chase the poor proprietor of this particular establishment as he has run for the south. The Orrog up here that is fighting to Char, he's going to bring out his great axe. He's going to swing it once at Porch Char, and that's a 25. He's going to bring it down across your chest for 6 points of slashing damage to Char. And he's going to bring it around and up this time with a 23 to hit you
Good lord!
for 8 points of slashing damage. Yeah, that guy just rolled, like, that's all of my good rolls right there, by the way, just so you know.
Kill this guy already. Like, he's more dangerous than the giants are.
That does bring up to Char, who now can enact his revenge upon this guy.
Let's bring the mace down upon his head.
Mace to the face. With an
Nope.
11, he's going to see that blow coming and easily deflect it with his great axe. And going to get ready to position himself for another parry. And you're going to come across with an extra attack at...
Hold on. Going in that direction, I'm just going to go ahead and go with my breath weapon, which would reach the giant as well. 5 to 30, yes. 5 foot wide by 30. I'm 60. Or is it 60? I mean,
Yeah,
breath
30
weapon.
feet, unfortunately.
No, never mind then. I'm just going to go ahead and whack him at the mace again.
Nice.
With a 20 this time around, you are going to get through this particular Oroc's defenses and wind up cracking him on the noggin for 6 points of damage. He is now bloodied and not looking good as you have consistently beat this guy up a bit. Do you want to...
I'm going to spend another key point and
key
Fury
point
blows
to
on him.
unarmed strike him twice. Unarmed strike number 1 is going to be a 10. He's going to deflect that out of his way.
Oh my god.
I'm going to punch myself in the head.
You're nearly going to trip on the rocks around you. You two are just fighting back and forth, back and forth. Do you want to continue your NPC up here to the running south?
Yeah, just he's going to keep him south.
He's got 60 feet of movement. He can make it nearly to the other side of this field here. Excellent. That brings up the orcs. They are going to go ahead and follow the fire giant's command and begin to head south so that they get a little bit more support to the south. Ah, might help if I was on the right. No. They're going to wind up going 100 feet to the south. That one and that one. Gonna go right there. That brings them around there. And then these two individuals here, they're gonna go ahead and attack foe hammers.
Forge.
And see if they can make a little bit of dent in that. There, that brings up the Magmans. The Magmans up here to the north, they're gonna continue burning this establishment. There's lots and lots of fire going on from the north side of town there. You guys aren't sure exactly what's happening, but it looks like perhaps some poor establishments up to the north are going to get burned up a bit. The Magmans to the south here. Let's see, we got at least 2 of them that are going to wind up moving in on Droon. Magman number 1 is going to end up going to boop, touch it for Droon.
Boop.
That's going to be a 12 to hit you, Droon. I don't think that hits.
Boop. My snoot. No.
And
does
the
not
other one's
have.
going to be a 15, so I don't think
Same.
that's going to hit.
So I guess you did not intimidate them.
Yep. That's what he's just like. Well.
You know, looking at these things, they are hesitantly touching you. You realize that perhaps you have intimidated them, just not a whole lot. The axe beak that was right there, I forgot to have go on the orc's turn, so I'm just going to have it go right now. He's going to wind up rolling a wisdom saving throw. Oh, that's a natural 1, so this axe beak is just going to be like, do you want to attack the axe beak as it runs away?
I absolutely do.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack roll. This bird is just gonna like begin to flee from your presence.
Ooh.
And you hit it for
We'll see.
yeah. The axe beak begins to like take off, and you're like, fuck you, woof, and off with its head it goes, and
Yeah.
down goes the bird.
I know Octavio's gonna be hungry after this, so here we go!
Rivik, you see your friend and colleague Droon get surrounded by tiny little fire figures. They're all in a semicircle around him and begin to be all like, "Wah! Wah! Wah!" trying to like touch him, but some of them had to use their action to dash there, so not all of them get to attack. That brings up Droon. You are completely, nearly surrounded.
I am completely almost surrounded.
Completely, nearly surrounded.
And you can't whirlwind.
I know. I wish I could. Blade Storm! That'd be so cool. But
Do you want to try to whirlwind?
I mean, that'd be really awesome. But
This is the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I'm willing to let you try anything that you want to try. Just be aware that your dungeon master will require certain things to make this happen.
How much of a fool do I want to look like? Okay, let's weigh the pros and cons here. See.
Considering this is not normally a move that you can perform,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to let you try.
No, I think I'm just gonna do it the normal way for now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
I'm gonna swing at this one that's over by Rivik first. What the hell just happened? There we go.
I have no
So
idea.
this one right
How did you guys move? I moved the whole map. That was insane.
here. Uh-oh.
Okay. Carry on.
We're still not in the right positions.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's
There it
fine.
goes.
I got you.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna attack this one first. It's my melee attack.
Yeah.
All right.
Which one are you attacking? The very south one, right?
No, the one that's closest to Rivik.
Oh, that one right there?
Yes.
That's gonna hit him.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll that because of my great weapon fighting ability.
Ooh.
So let me just re-roll that again. Nailed it.
I need both Droon and Rivik to make a dexterity saving throw.
He's gonna explode.
Awesome. Wait, I just lit a rocket. Rockets explode.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he doesn't get the benefit of my my.
Unfortunately, dexterity saving
Paladin
throw.
thing. Oh,
Okay.
that was so close to a natural 20. All right, here we go. I'm going to
And-
add 3. So adding 3 to this number. Wow, 5.
So you, Jarrett, bring down your axe onto this little magnet, and it boom right into your face. Like Rivik, you're like, I think maybe it might, and you try to jump out of the way at the last second. You barely make it. Like you meet the DC on this save. So Rivik, you're gonna take 4 points of fire damage, and Droon, you take 8 points of fire damage as that little tiny magnon goes
Kablooey.
kablooey.
Okay. So I'm just like, and kind of shielding my eyes and, brushing the cinders. Like, I used to have eyebrows, now I
Yep,
don't.
Yep. pretty
Um,
much. Your like nose hair is gone.
Thanks, I've been needing a trim. No. See, I knew there was a reason why I didn't do the whirlwind. I knew it.
I was
knew
gonna
it.
let you too. That was the thing.
You know, Druin,
Uh-oh.
with you be surrounded by these fire guys, all I hear is that song. It's getting hot.
Take off all your clothes.
So blow up all your bros.
Yeah.
All right.
That was
I'm just gonna say,
clever.
like, I'm gonna yell to Rivik, and I'm gonna say, Rivik, regroup with the others. Get everyone out of here. And then I'm gonna hit another one.
Okay, which other one are you gonna hit?
The south one this time.
Alright, the one furthest away from Rivet down here.
Yes, that is correct. See, I'm a nice guy. I took good care of my peeps. Oh, that was almost
17 is gonna hit him for how much damage?
14.
I'm gonna need another dexterity saving throw from poor Drew.
Alright, that's an 18.
That's an 18. It's gonna pass, so you're gonna take half.
So
You're gonna take uno points of damage.
nice. I have 69 health. Nice.
Because half of 2 is 1. You're lucky I
Alright.
rolled 2 1s on 2d6.
Fantastic. And then, as my bonus action for the turn, I'm going to finally, successfully, hopefully, use my my horns, and I'm gonna try and shove. Oh shit. I'm gonna try and shove this one, the very bottom one, the southern one.
Okay.
That one
That's a strength saving throw of 3, and it's gonna get pushed away.
into that building. Yeah. Does it take any damage if it hits?
Nope.
No, it just temporarily. Okay. Okay. And then that's pretty much it for me. Narth is going to. He's in the doorway trying to convince his, partner to
Yeah.
get her shit together so they can leave. He sees. Let's see here. That's okay. That guy's about in the range. That guy's also in range, but I don't know. He kind of doesn't want to piss that guy off. So he's gonna shoot at the axe beak with his crossbow.
Okay. Take a
let's
shot at the bird.
Gotta switch over to his.
Now.
Yeah.
Now.
Let me
Bird
attack
is the word. Oh. My bad.
Oh, what?
With a 6, unfortunately, the crossbow bolt is gonna go wide. Prang! Into that
Okay.
house over there.
And then he's going to be like, shit, and he's gonna duck into the house behind the door jam, so that he's out of sight, hopefully.
The giants themselves, Darth realizes, run into the center of town, and they both grab their great swords and stick them into the ground. One of them seems to be holding an odd contraption in its other hands. They begin to shovel out the dirt here in the center of town. That brings up Dagoria.
Okay, I think I'm gonna hit the Orog near to Char again. Is that one's still alive, right?
Oh yeah, he's still alive.
So yeah, I'm gonna hit it with my short bow.
Swang! For sure, that's
Swang.
actually going to connect with it.
Whee!
Right in
And
the
then let
side of the
me.
neck.
Ooh, 7 piercing.
For 7 points of piercing damage. That orc is now just swaying back and forth. He does not look good. Does Urgula want to grab her bow and arrow and start shooting at it too?
Yeah.
The first attack from Urgula brings up a 20 for 3 points of damage. To Char, you might not die, buddy. He's bleeding profusely from several wounds. He is turned into a pincushion.
And she gets to hit
He
does.
does for the
So.
second attack. And
That one didn't do very well.
the 9 is just going to fall short. That brings up Rivik. Rivik, there are a shit ton of wild burning monsters around Droon, and he says, get everybody out of town. What are you going to do?
Are you sure you don't want me to stay here and fight?
I have your weapon, remember? You can fight at a distance. I'll be
Okay.
fine. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
Can you get up around the house? Well, you can't. I can't yell at you anyway.
Let's see. Let's see how far that is to the other side of the house.
Well, I'm just thinking straight up if you have a range weapon.
I have Sacred Flame, but I'm not going to be able to use it. I can get to the other side of the house. Well,
I mean, you could get there and Sacred Flame like the other thing, or you could run around the front of the house. If you go past the dudes.
but if I run past them in melee range, I'll get a disadvantage attack.
They're not that close. But I don't know if you could still do anything anyway, because it's gonna be
My dash action.
yeah, regardless. What if you ran over here to get line of sight? How far
That
is
sounds
that?
fine. Yeah, that
No,
sounds
it's-
fine.
It's still more than 30 feet, but at least you'd be able to see everything.
I guess.
Roughly.
Let's go with that. I'm gonna move with dash action here. And then
You get bonus action.
yeah, which is spiritual weapon attack. Right?
Mhm.
You want to hit one of the
Can-
magmen around Droon?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, go for it.
This one here.
Okay, go for it.
Those are spirit guardians. I want spirit weapon. Where is that?
Right there.
There.
Told you.
17.
Gonna hit it! Roll your damage.
Just click the spiritual weapon text. Oh, you got it. Never mind.
The magnet is not looking good. He sees his poor elemental life flash before his eyes, and he pulls it back together. There's all
Okay.
sorts of melee and craziness going on all over the poor village of Tribor.
I think I'm gonna have my
House.
NPC run south.
Have your NPC run south.
I mean, I would too.
Because I don't think he would make it through any kind of combat from his stats. Yeah.
Boy, Durathra is kind of, not being very useful in this fight. It's kind of interesting.
Well, the funny thing
There you go.
is that I didn't assign her to anybody, did I?
No.
No. Nor did you assign Fohammer to anybody.
I know. Let's see. The Orog's turn is next up on the initiative order. Let's see. These two particular individuals, they're going to continue to run south, just chasing their quarry, trying to catch up with them. This guy here, he's going to run south. He's going to get 60 feet of movement, and he's going to pull out a javelin looking to throw it at poor Tachar, but unfortunately he used his action to run, so he didn't get a chance to actually do anything with it. However, the Orog here in front of Tachar, he's going to pull out his great axe and he's going to make two attacks at Tachar. The first one is a 10. Tachar easily ducks out of the way. The second one is a 21 to hit you, Tachar. That's going to be a 7 points of slashing damage to you, sir. How are you feeling there, pal?
Bloodied.
Bloodied. That brings you up for a little bit of revenge if you want against this Orog who just connected with his great axe.
Gonna whack him with the mace.
Mace to the face. Oh, wrong type of mace. A 24.
Nice.
It's gonna hit him. Owie.
God.
Break his nose for 7 points of damage. He is swaying. His eyes roll back in his head, but he is still standing in front of you.
One more whack.
With
And
a
then, okay,
14,
come on.
he's gonna
Come on,
dodge out of the
D4.
way.
Let's see if I can.
And a
Where's
D4 will help with. Oh!
17.
17! You're gonna get so close to this particular individual that the fist is gonna just woof, or the mace is just gonna right in front of his eyes. His poor eyebrows will flutter in the wind.
So I just want to finish this guy off because I could either use Step of the Wind to disengage and get 10 feet, but that's not gonna.
You have a
it's just-
bonus action where you could just punch him.
and stun him.
Well, you could try. Where you
Oh,
could
the
flurry
just
of
to use-
blows to punch him twice.
Yeah, I can. I'll just use the regular old bonus action to punch.
Regular old bonus action to punch. Unarmed strike. Here comes the haymaker out of left field. Do you want
Damn,
to
these guys
roll
are-
that D4?
Yeah.
Nice.
19
Nice.
will connect with this individual for a whopping
2.
6 points
Oh,
of
6, there
damage. You see 4 teeth crack out of this individual's mouth, go flying, and he falls to the ground, deader than a doornail.
Can I get the heck out of this area?
You can move if you want to move.
I would like to move.
30 feet of movement, pal.
30 feet. I just
Bounce.
want to.
Bounce the hell out.
I just want to get.
Start running towards your pal,
Mother.
Rivik.
If you get
yeah.
closer to me, I can heal you.
How
Run
far
straight
is?
south, you can get to him. Right about there. Yeah.
Okay.
Start
I
running.
wanted
to
to try
the side.
and. Yeah, I wanted to try and get some kind of cover, but
See the orcs up here. They're going to continue to try to break in to Foehammer's Forge.
it's a good thing he had 16 locks on that door.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Uh,
Bohammer's
Calvin's
Forge is a
fireproof.
fucking fortress.
the Magmans here, they're gonna follow the fire giant's commands and start heading to the south. They're gonna just double their action and run south here, and that brings us up to the 4 little Magmen that have surrounded poor Droon. This guy's gonna move back up. He's gonna go ahead and try to boop. That's a 7, unfortunately, from that individual. That's a 13 from this individual. Droon is just dodging left and right. Hot, 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 hot.
Hot potato.
Hot potato. That's a 15 and then a 14. Not a single Magman does a damn thing this time
That's
around.
okay.
Make him dance.
However, all of these Magmen are going to go ahead and use their bonus action. They're going to go ahead and light up and begin to start on fire.
Oh no.
Can they self-destruct?
They do not self-destruct, but they,
Oh.
they definitely...
Damn it.
They're not suicidal Megman.
That's what I was hoping they were gonna do, because then I could use them as a weapon.
Or
It's
you
like,
could
oh,
just
you're about to
roll a
blow
bunch of
up?
really
I'm just gonna
good
grab
dex-
him, throw him at something, you know? That'd be
Or you
pretty
could
good.
just really good dexterity saving throws and just be like, woo!
Hey, I was gonna tank it.
All of a sudden, all the Magmen in front of you begin to glow brighter and more red for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
For sure. I'm putting little auras around them because they say as a bonus action they can actually shed light in a 10-foot radius if they want to. So I'm just gonna have them do that. And there they go. That's all the Magmen. Droon, all of a sudden it's bright around you as all these Magmen light up. What are you gonna do, pal?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's see, it's like at a minimum 110 feet. Maybe 100 feet. I don't think I'm that strong. I really wish I was that strong, because that would be totally awesome. Friggin' oh my gosh. Okay, damn.
What are you gonna do?
I really want to throw one of them in the lake. but I can't. It's too far away.
They are pretty small.
Yeah, but if the soap was any indication, you know, I might not be able to throw very far. I'm
You
gonna
might
go
have
ahead.
just thrown me a Magman.
Yeah, I don't want to just put you in danger. Like, unless I can pretty much guarantee that they're gonna land in the lake, I don't really want to try it. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the bloodied one, the bloodied Magnan.
Roll a perception check.
Roll a perception check.
Considering that all 4 of them near you have been kind of like swarming around you a bit, can you figure out which one is the right one? Yes, you can. You figure out that that individual right there, that's the one that you had hit before. You want to smack that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting. So I'm going to click the thing that I need to click.
Click the thing that you need to click. With an 11, unfortunately, you are not going to make connection with that poor little Magman as you try to bring your great axe down. You're like, woof, and all of them just jump out of the way. The bright light kind of burns your eyes a bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to attempt again. As part of my second attack.
Whoa, hold still, fucker! Bring it down, and you're going to connect with that one, dealing.
Right, I gotta do that first. 12 points.
12 points of slashing damage. That's going to bring up the need for a dexterity saving throw.
18.
18 is going to wind up getting you 3 points of fire damage. That is halved.
Alright. Then I'm going to use my horns, my bonus action, to try and shove. Because this one is already. Oh, he ran back up to me, didn't he?
He did.
Okay. I'm gonna shove him again.
Okay.
Same one.
That's a 9. He's going to get pushed out of the way. He's going to...
Well, you let me know when you get tired of that. Then I'm actually going to provoke a few attacks. I want to move. I still have 30 feet of movement,
Yep, sure do.
so I'm going to move about there-ish.
Touch number 1 is a 9. Touch number 2 is a 16. Does a 16 hit you?
Negative, Ghost Rider. It is, my AC is 17.
Ooh, so close.
All right.
You're like, oh, that was hot on my butt.
Yeah. Ah, cinch my tail a little bit. At least I'm dry now.
All right. Anything from your NPC?
Has his partner responded? Anything happened with that?
I don't know. What would you say his partner said?
Hey, I'm only controlling 2 characters here, mister. No,
Highs or lows then?
I was kidding. Well, actually, okay. Let's go with highest.
Highs.
Let's go with highest.
I'm not going anywhere. This is my store.
Stupid bitch.
Damn you, woman!
They're
Fine.
nowhere near here. Get out there and fight them, you manly man.
Oh my god.
The heck?
Yep, that's what a dwarf woman sounds like. Totally. Yep, for sure.
Yep.
So I guess he's gonna.
Grab his
He's gonna
crossbow
try-
and kind of like.
Yeah, he's gonna keep taking pot shots at this guy over here.
I believe that is well outside of your.
Or- is it?
Yeah, that's going to be at.
It's 120 feet.
Yeah, but a minimum range is 80 feet on a crossbow, so you have disadvantage.
Oh. Okay, well, let me double check something real quick then. Alright, so he will actually move.
You're going to run up to the fence line,
Yep, he's going to take cover behind the fence a little bit.
and he's going to try to.
Shoot the dude, yeah. Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack roll. Oh, pardon me.
Oh my goodness. 6
yeah, he's
again.
gonna- Tring! You fucking bitch. Make me come out here in my good clothes.
That fence post.
Yeah.
Alright, Dagoria, you are up. You can see
Yeah.
that there are some like magmans down here to the south, and you can tell that maybe some enemies are coming this way. But right now, nothing near you.
Are we gonna keep going? That's a good question. It's
It is
9:08.
9 o'clock, yeah.
It is
but-
9 o'clock. Do you guys want to keep going, or do you want to come back to this?
How close are we to the end of this encounter?
He's
Uh,
not gonna tell you that.
Like, in a general sense. You know, you don't have to tell me details or anything.
I would say right this moment in time, you are about 50%.
Okay, then probably should stop and finish it off next time.
Okay, we can do
Yeah.
that. Not a problem. We will come back at this. This is a really good place to actually stop, considering we're at the top of the round. Right this moment in time, the huge fire giants have begun digging for some mysterious reason. They are digging over here in the middle of town. They're using their great swords to actually dig something up. They have commanded more forces to begin heading to the south, as there is a pocket of resistance over here, and it looks like creatures are beginning to follow their commands. Some of the people in our party are a little injured, and some of the people are hardly hurt at all. And we don't even know where poor Octavio went this time around. But I'm going to go ahead and say that we should meet again currently on the 29th of January, which is next Friday at 6 p.m. Everybody agree?
Sounds
good to me.
We thank you so much from Gear Gaming 365 for tuning in to Friends of Thunder. Please smash that like and subscribe button for us. That would do us a world of wonder. And if you can be anything in the world out there, be kind. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.